Welcome back, everybody, to Tabletop Notch. We're so happy to be back here. We hope that everybody's safe and happy and healthy, and we're so thrilled to be streaming once more. We will be diving in tonight with Chapter 65. We're right on the cusp of the great fisticuffs combat of Leopold's Garrison. The game has been tweaked a little. It's play tested, and in our off time, we've made sure that it runs smooth. We made a couple adjustments, so if you watch the end of the last stream, there might be a couple differences. We'll try and go through those quickly before we start everything. But of course, we'll get to that when it happens. There's a little bit of time before the fight officially begins. But again, we can't say how thrilled we are to be back, and we can't wait to get going. Anybody have anything they want to say? Any shout-outs? Yes,
Couple
please.
quick things. I already used the command in chat, but command pugilism. There's our Google Drive link where you can... I always look here. I don't know why, there's no camera there. Where you can download, there used to be, where you can download the instructions as well as like the full card game. Matt has even expanded what we're playing tonight. He's gone past that and done like class specific ones, so if you want to use it in your homebrew, please feel free to download it. It's for everybody.
Yeah, we when I was sort of making it, D&D has a great sort of system for true combat where the intent is to seriously injure or harm your opponent, but when it comes to sort of combat for sport, we wanted to make something that was a little more sort of in-depth, something that required sort of reading your opponents as opposed to just hitting and striking. So we came up with a cool little system. Feel free to check it out. And anything else? There was a...
And also, it's our Jawa's birthday today.
Our very first Tabletop Notch guests.
From the episode...
Fire Purpose, I believe?
Yes.
Like 11, I think?
Not even that far. I think it was like 9.
It was only Escaped Orange Sheepa.
Which was super early.
Happy birthday!
Anyway, happy birthday, Deirdre. We love you so much. We miss you very much. So
she definitely killed Carradine. She murdered Carradine. He's cut into many pieces. I've been sitting on something for a couple weeks from our illustrative mod Jay. I'm gonna reveal this to everybody right now. I just texted it to everybody, but it is
Oh my god!
It is the Beezaura art, which I just texted to everybody. It's got her winding up with a 1, 2, 3.
Oh my!
Almost get to, and is our NPC that is always
holding a chess piece.
He's got a chess piece, but he says the chess piece is not for sale. There's actually a lot of little details in here.
There are a lot of details.
I think that might be a teleportation circle. There's Lemonade Man graffiti on the wall.
So many details.
So
you can imagine all over Mukmu, there's like Lemonade Man sucks, like shit like that on the wall.
Lemonade Man owns
so
this
good.
town, I think this says.
Thank you so much.
That's going to be...
That is a big ass chess piece. That's enormous.
I think
a
it's
lot.
missing the emerald on top, but it is gold, which is
contain
accurate.
a soul.
that will be on our Instagram as soon as the show's over.
We're going to be selling 24 by 36 inch prints of this art.
If you want it framed, it's an extra.
That's actually so bizarre.
That's great.
That's great.
I know, it's so good.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
1, 2, 3.
Well, thank you, comrades, for telling
Does that mean
Thank
that
you.
there's only one person left who hasn't been...
Yes, I think Safira is the last remaining of the main
She's on
cast.
the list.
Oh no.
Just one more thing.
Yes.
We
Okay.
started.
I would never roll the
Been
credits.
a couple weeks, and I got a couple things. One, happy birthday to my mom. That was yesterday. Hockey lovers. That was yesterday. Also, it is National Periodic Table Day.
Oh.
And National Send a Card to a Friend Day. So you still got a couple hours.
You could tell
send
a
a card.
friend how boron they are.
Yeah.
Good one. Not necessarily the nicest compliment, but sure. And also,
I wasn't ready.
to
You guys gonna tell me
while
to
you eat while you watch our stream, or while you watch our stream, maybe it's Super Bowl Sunday as well, but whatever.
that?
You could eat
Pugilism Sunday.
fettuccine alfredo because it is National Fettuccine Alfredo Day.
It's heavy.
You got a carbo load.
That'll keep you warm. That'll
Most of
keep you
your
warm.
holidays are card-based holidays.
Eat your Alfredo
Maybe I
before your
filter it
pugilism.
that
Oh my god.
You can't beat pasta on a Sunday. All right,
That's
that's it.
Well,
Awesome.
that is
Whoa,
just all
I guess
kinds of
it's
fun. Wow.
Awesome. We're going to throw it over to the intro, and we'll be back on the other side. We'll dive back in with chapter 65. Of the Beneath the Veil.
Wow.
Here we go.
Here we go. That was the worst.
Welcome back. Oh goodness, it looks like one of the
yeah.
cameras got bumped for sure.
I think I heard our upstairs neighbors stomping, and I think
Maybe that did it.
Turning.
That did the stomp.
Wow,
Like a
look at
Jurassic
that.
Park
Quaking.
Seriously,
Yep.
yeah.
Nope. Okay.
Oh,
Well, keep an eye on that. Oh, it might be that.
what's that? Fix that? Oh, well, there it
Yeah,
goes
I
again.
know. I know. I'm just trying to make sure that cord doesn't pull it. There we
You guys
go.
have a
Pay no
wonderful...
attention
Oh, wow.
to the people behind
Yes.
the curtain.
It's all an illusion.
How's that? No?
Illusion broken.
We're not really monks.
We'll get there.
Did we nail it?
There you go.
The chair's in my
Oh,
way.
wait, I think that's good. I think that's good. I think I got it.
Yeah, that's it.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's good.
Sorry about that.
Amazing content here.
Yes. Oh,
I forgot everyone else's class. I was good. It's fine.
if that was another Boron joke, I will have none of it.
I'm so sorry.
You will officially be kicked out.
In chapter 64, what goes up must throw down. Beezaura's watch was interrupted when she spotted a young man approaching in the dark. With a visible injury near his neck and a disoriented demeanor, there was reason for Beezaura to think that his story about his father's carriage overturning might not be entirely true. After waking Graven, the two of them probed the boy further, but yielded no results, so they played it safe, and they sent him away, intending to investigate the area in the morning for any additional clues. When it was light enough to get our bearings, we followed a muddy set of footprints, and we were careful to avoid walking into an ambush or trap. It wasn't long before the trail abruptly stopped, leading some of us to believe that the boy had jumped up high or possibly taken flight. And we came to an unnerving conclusion that there might be a vampire active in the area who had found an easy target to feed upon. It was certainly something to have in the back of our minds, but the daytime hours are safe from such creatures. So we returned to the road and began the final push to Leopold's Garrison. Traffic along this path increased steadily as we got further north. It wasn't uncommon to see wagons, carriages, and caravans moving in both directions. But what did seem unusual was a Goliath, who had set up a spot to sell the remains of creatures that he had slain. Stuffed into jars like a pudding or ooze, these gibbering mouthers had been hunted by the stoic Cabral Ilzerdu, who sought revenge and closure after a friend of his was killed by one in the region known as Scrutiny. He wasn't itching to have a prolonged conversation, but we learned that the primary use for these mouther dregs was as a makeshift magical component, and that a certain wizard from up north had been, on occasion, sending an assistant to purchase them. Without tipping his hand, Graven took the opportunity to ask about the Ilvigo tribe, and while Cabral admitted they were never close, he did confirm that they were certainly some still living and dispersed throughout the Wixa Mountains. Our next interruption came when Erland sensed a worrying scent while passing by a man traveling alone on horseback. The man was clearly in distress, and after excusing the others to have a private conversation, Erland was able to get him to open up about his predicament. Leto's husband, who he shamefully revealed was a frequent user of recreational myconid products, had gone missing in the area, his only clue to his whereabouts scrawled ambiguously on a map of the Ackley Grove Road. He'd received this information from a supposed friend of the husband, who had told a tale of a disfigured creature that barged into their den and attacked without warning. He provided a massive severed finger as evidence of the altercation, and since this seemed to be the source of the familiar smell, Erland was convinced we were dealing with another Type B mutant. There were multiple reasons we thought it worth helping Leto, beyond feeling it was the right thing to do, but he didn't know where to begin his search, so we did come up with an alternative plan. Leto promised that if he found the abandoned house, he would come notify us at Leopold's Garrison, and in exchange we trusted him with one of the whistles that we'd taken from the harvesting yard in the Shocky Mountains, to use in case of emergency. After that, it was a smooth ride into the evening, and for once we found ourselves right on schedule as we entered into Gentle Void territory. Heading straight for the civilian portion of the complex, we weren't stopped for questioning or inspections, and it was a lively atmosphere packed with merchants and travelers who frequented this route. While Erland and Beezaura took care of room and board, Graven and Safira made sure Orba didn't lose too much coin gambling on dice games. And it was during this bit of fun that we were able to pinpoint the woman mentioned in the letter from the Halflings of Hacketon. Feeling at home in this environment, Joella was largely unfazed by our threats. But as promised, she had a weakness for a good bet, and she was willing to make one here to settle the argument. She proposed a best-of-5 boxing match, her friends versus us, and after agreeing, we set about strategizing how we would choose our opponents. With rules in place about how the fight would go down, we considered everyone's strengths and weaknesses, and we wondered. Was there a chance this honest brawl between willing parties would draw unwanted attention from the gentle void? Did Leto have the willpower to resist entering the abandoned house alone should he find it? And if Orba gets knocked out in one punch after losing 2 rounds of dice, would she still say she had a great time in Leopold's Garrison? We find out now on Chapter 65 of A Peek Beneath the Veil. Do you want to text them?
I can text them. It's still moving a little bit, too.
Okay. Yeah. Our neighbors are stomping. And when the neighbors come stomping...
Can't wait
Cameras
until
come with
Broadway opens back up, and they can go.
Do you want to text them and say that we're in the middle
I
of
can
something?
say, yeah.
I can.
Oh, no.
But then it's going to be worse.
What could they possibly be doing that, like, is that heavy footage?
Putting
kids to bed, I think.
They're brawling.
Yes.
They're
There's a
pugilism.
staircase right there, and I think they choose the 10th stair to jump off of. I'm assuming it's 10th. It doesn't sound like a 5. Maybe a 12.
No.
Oh boy.
I was never that kind of kid. I'm always saying one step at a time.
It doesn't take long for you to realize that your desire for some degree of privacy was a foolish request. It seems that with every crunching step of your boots on the dried mud that makes up the thoroughfare of Leopold's Garrison, you spot another person whispering to their neighbor. The promise of a violent spectacle drumming up interest across all ages and demographics.
It's just like money, it's fine.
Fresh entertainment can be hard to come by, and when the working hours are long over, an exciting bit of news travels fast. You pass by Joella, who's explaining the details of your arrangement to her posse of fighters, each of them nodding along and grinning in eager anticipation. It's at this time that you get a better look at your options, the 6 others that represent your potential opponents based on the strategy that you choose to employ. There's one already spoken for that's gonna fucking kill me.
I just texted. You'll be fine.
Yep. I'm not gonna be fine mentally.
No, certainly not.
It's amazing the
When are we?
physics for vibrations.
Yeah. So when it's attached to the ceiling.
Beautiful.
Pretty impressive.
The one already spoken for is the burly elf. Unusually tall for his kind at something like perhaps 6'4", and a barrel of a body that's shaped for manual labor during the day and a steady diet of ales in the evening. Beside him is an equally imposing human man, though his muscles are more defined and his waist thinner with a carefully manicured haircut that drapes expertly to one side of his forehead. As Joella speaks her piece, he's absent-mindedly tossing up and catching an unsheathed dagger without looking at it. Undoubtedly a party trick he's spent a good time perfecting, judging by the ease and rhythm with which he performs it.
Wow.
Next up is a shorter tiefling woman with stubby horns that stick straight up out of her head just above her temples. There's a good bit of scarring up and down her arms, often in a semicircular pattern that reads to you as bite marks, which combined with her bulging forearms seem to indicate a career or hobby in handling dangerous animals. She has a lively kind of energy about her, nodding frequently at Joella and bouncing her leg as she sits. After that comes another human, his long limbs protruding out from a loose-fitting tunic and an impressive array of simple copper jewelry that he's currently removing from his fingers and wrists in anticipation of the fight. He's lean with sharp features and short black hair, the length of his arms giving him a sizable reach advantage on everyone with the possible exception of Graven, and you're able to get a good look at them as he cracks each of his joints, starting with the knuckles and then moving on to the wrists, the elbows, and the shoulders. To his right is a half-orc that rivals the hefty elf in total weight, but on a body that's at least a foot shorter, maybe more. The hair on his arms and his face is so thick and matted it looks like sheepskin, and he's stretching out his rotund frame with a few rotations at the waist and some toe touches that don't get anywhere close to their target. His flexibility may be in question, but his hardiness is not. He's got plenty of padding in his midsection and a chunky neck that looks like it could take a few good hits.
Chunky neck.
You got
Finally, there's a half-elf in desperate need of a bath, grimy, unkempt fingernails, and a patchy beard. A clump of chewing tobacco stuck to his chin that didn't make it to the ground when he spat.
Ooh.
And after grabbing at his nostrils with a grubby hand, he proceeds to immediately wipe it on the front of his tunic.
Oh, good.
Still, through all of the filth, you see a wild set of eyes that have an unpredictability about them. And even as Joella talks, he seems to be muttering quietly to himself. The direction that Joella pointed you in was back toward a larger section of tents, in what you believe to be the northwest corner of the garrison, the farthest spot from the dining area and gambling tables, where those who seek to get some sleep can do so with some separation from the loudest crowds. So, you guys are moving in that direction that she, yeah.
Amazing.
Did they respond?
It's a lot.
Not yet.
Okay. Because the next stop is me going up there. There's the 6 people
never
plus
do that.
Joella, so those are the people you have to pick from. You have Joella herself. You've got the large elf that Graven sort of already claimed, although you could make a case for something else later. There was the muscular human man who was tossing the knife. There was the scarred tiefling woman that looked like she might have been kind of an animal handler of some sort. The very sort of lanky, live human man who had sort of long arms. The chunky half-orc man that sort of looked a little heftier. And then the dirty half-elf man that looked like he was sort of grimy and he was sort of muttering to himself. So you have those 6 plus Joella herself to sort of talk about and think about your opponents.
You don't have like a kid with taped on glasses and boogers hanging out of his nose?
No, but...
The grimy man is close to that.
Yeah, bow tie and everything. Yeah.
Shit!
While you guys think about that, we see if I can check
Okay.
out this camera.
Is Joelle in front of us, or can we just like talk freely?
You are moving in the direction. Yeah, you can talk freely.
So what are we looking at here? Because
Well, if Joella is truthful and she's the best fighter, maybe we could surprise her with you. Perhaps up last as a final little gambit. And maybe we won't even have to get there. If 3 or 4 of us win before we even get to you, it's best out of 5, so...
True.
There's a possibility you won't even have to fight, but we'll save you for last. How about that?
I thought that given the hand-to-hand nature of combat, I might be someone who should fight Joella. I don't have much experience with pugilism per se, but I have trained extensively in hand-to-hand. Another option. I'm not saying the halfling isn't an option.
Do you also believe that, say, we beat 3 people that aren't Joella, and she's last to go against Joella won't want to fight her anyways? You know what I mean?
I think that it's best out of 5, so...
Right, but
Joella will still want to
the logic of the
fight,
battle, but Joella's going to want to fight no matter what.
I think so, but we should still win regardless.
Yes, but
Right.
what I'm saying is, if we're assigning her to Joella, she gonna fight.
well, I would say maybe actually
No.
the strategy would be to assign her to one of the bigger guys, surprise them maybe. Do you know what I mean? I mean, they're not going to expect you to be as strong
That's-
as you frankly are.
That's what I was thinking, but I was thinking for their best fighter, not their biggest, but that makes more sense.
I was also thinking because Erland is taller, he might be better suited for someone who's a bit bigger.
I mean,
I think that...
You can get your hits in Beezaura. You know you can get
I wasn't
your hits
fishing
in.
for it.
As long as I can reach their faces, I guess I can.
I mean, we're all admirable fighters. I think we all stand a chance against...
Right?
Perhaps we try and shield the tiefling as... Which of the fighters seem like the weakest? Perhaps the long, skinny man?
sure
The
about
smelly one?
weakest.
Oh,
No,
the smelly
I'd actually say that we need to be frightened of him, and I can tell you why. He's harder to predict, and that means that he's going to be harder to counter.
The
Yes, he
smelly
does
one?
look like a wild card.
What about the wealthy one with the rings?
Oh, see, I was looking at the hairy man. The half-orc hairy man?
He was big, heavy.
I
Not,
think
but
for
yes.
Orba, either the one with the rings or the one with the dirty fingernails.
A half-orc looks like he could be slow, so
That's
maybe...
Maybe, I don't...
Look, I'm probably
There's
going to
advantages.
lose, so you guys pick your thing. I'll just take what's left
Let's
over.
go into it with a positive mindset.
Can I take a look at the guy with the rings? Can you describe him for me again? Is
Yep.
he like
So the guy, it was a human man, and he had these sort of, he was the one with the long limbs, kind of a loose-fitting tunic, and he had a number of sort of copper rings, bracelets, and stuff that he was kind of taking off. They didn't look like fancy jewelry. He didn't look like a man of great... Yeah. He just has like a lot of... Yeah, no, he looked like he had a lot of kind of, simple jewelry that was meaningful to him that he was sort of taking off. I mean, he looks like he's pretty limber. Like he doesn't look like a twig, like he'd never gotten into a fight before. But he's less brawny for sure.
I think that one might be for me. Not 100% sure. He looks a bit cocky, but maybe that works to my advantage. I don't know.
Do you think you can read him?
I mean, I don't know. I think my only other option would be we've got big guy here, so they're looking at the half-orc.
Yeah, there's going to be 2 that you guys won't fight, because there's 6 plus Joella, so yeah, you're leaving 2 out.
Frankly, that one, and I'm pointing at the kind of skinny one that looks... He frightens me. Not interested in him. Looks like a Ripper type. That's not canon.
The knife
the gentleman with the knife?
No. The one with the tobacco in his beard.
The grimy guy.
Yes.
Yeah, dirty guy.
Yeah, I'd rather not tussle with him if I have to.
Dirty guy.
Well, you all pick. I'm sure you'll do great. And I'll pick after you're all done.
I've marked my territory already, I think. I told her to take the big elf.
Big elf.
It's fine with me.
Okay, so you're taking the big elf.
I'll go
Who
first.
do you want?
Well, it depends.
I think it's the halfling or I for fighting Joella. I think those are the choices there.
We'll say, I'll go first. We'll say, would you like to go second? Get it over and done with.
If she goes,
Graven, what are you trying to do?
If she goes 4
you,
for 5th.
Safira, Erland, me, Orba.
So she doesn't have to fight
That
at
way,
all.
if you 3 win, neither of us...
Either I go next to last or I go first because I'm going to get absolutely demolished by this person and then it'll, trip him up for later.
You've witnessed us in combat. You've surely picked up something.
All right.
That's like saying I've read the book and now I know how to do it.
I do think it should be Graven, Safira, Erland, me,
I agree with the
Orba.
order. I'm just trying to motivate.
I know, you're trying to bolster me and I appreciate
believe she has capabilities beyond her belief as well. But in order to protect her as best we can, maybe we save her first.
I agree.
All right. So...
Did Joella ever indicate that she has to be fought last?
She did not say that she had to be fight. She did say she was going to fight.
But
But she did not say that she was going to
I'm
fight.
actually changing my tune last minute. I'm kind of tapping out. Safira's having a look. She's like really taking a look at the half-orc guy.
I mean, maybe...
He's big, right? But I'm thinking he's slow.
Maybe we'll just start with me, and then you can see how the other ones react, and you can change your mind, possibly. We'll see.
I think we might need to claim.
Safira's just staring at him.
I have an idea.
Yes, let's begin so we get this over with as quickly as possible. Thank
That's
you.
what I said, and you didn't like it when I said that.
So you guys you're still sort of heading generally in that direction. You just got to start talking as you're making your way over there. And you pass by a booth that has a big banner that bears the same slogan as the one seen upon entering Leopold's Garrison. You see Brent's Tents, good rates, great for dates, you see. And this time it's kind of written in a bright red paint. And it's hanging over a very sort of intimately lit desk with a number of candles.
Aw, love it.
And there's a balding dwarf in a thick wool robe that's sort of sitting there on the other side that seems to be kind of maintaining his books. He sort of eyes you as you go by. He doesn't sort of speak out or anything. But you guys are kind of moving in the direction of his little area that he has out here. There's a number of tents here. So you guys are, again, continuing to move a little bit. And as you guys are moving along the tents, you can see a couple of people kind of peek out from behind the tents, sort of following you guys as you go, sort of waiting to see when the fight might take place. So you're still moving through a little bit. And as you guys continue a little further up towards the sort of northwest corner here of Leopold's Garrison, at least on the interior side of the walls, someone approaches you guys, sort of coming in the opposite direction. You see a human man. He's got a large kind of hooded cloak, little pointed goatee that he has. And he comes up very quickly, sort of not in a hostile way. He's got his hands in pockets. He doesn't sort of reach out or anything. Kind of comes up really quickly, sort of meets you as you're walking in that direction. Heard you might be fighting Joella and her friends.
What's it to you?
Oh, they're good, but they're not without their weaknesses.
Go on.
I've seen them fight a number of times. You know the most important thing when you go up against a skilled opponent?
information.
Oh boy.
Information that I have, if you're interested.
What do you want, money?
Yes.
How much?
10 gold per information, per fighter.
What? No. How many times have you seen them fight before? You're not hardly a fucking expert. That's like you're charging
I'm
as
at
if you're
Leopold's
living
Garrison
there.
all the time. I've seen them fight a number of times. I can tell you the kind of strikes they go for. I can tell you who's slow, who's fast.
Can I kind of like call like Graven to the side a little
Sure,
bit?
yeah, a little bit,
Anyway?
yeah.
And
whisper.
Seems a bit steep. Maybe we pay him for information on one or two of them. Maybe get, I don't know.
10 gold.
I don't know. Just if we split it for one or two. I mean, it's steep.
5
but-
gold.
Per fighter. How many do you want?
Just
3.
Make a persuasion check.
Ooh.
Erland goes, ooh!
Erland loves a good negotiation.
Persuasion. Ooh, natural 20!
He goes, you know what? It's free.
Forget it, I'm convinced.
Stupid.
Again.
I hate it.
All right, but I want the 15 up front.
Fine. I'll just straight up give him 15.
Okay. Pockets it. All right. Who do you want to know about?
Joella, I assume.
Joella.
Okay. Well, Joella's the best of them. She's hard to predict, but when she goes hard to the head. When she throws big, heavy attacks, it's always to the head. She likes to go for the knockout blow.
Sadly.
Other than that, she's tough. I'll grant you that.
Okay.
Who else?
Does she, clarification, does she only go for the head when she can tell the other person's wavering, or is that sort of a go-to?
Yes, like a finishing move.
Get this guy out of here.
Who else?
Joe Rogan in a tape.
What about the half-orc? Is he slow, fast?
What's that, Beezaura?
The half-orc.
Say it so the screen can hear it. I'll say you
I
can
heard
say it
about
quietly.
What about the half-orc? If he's slow, if he's fast, if he's just dead weight.
I'm not planning on using
Well, I
this
think the other two, whichever you're interested in, because we're
Yeah,
going to
whichever
be,
you're interested in.
whichever one. I mean,
Great.
I think that they're all going to have weaknesses.
Yeah.
The half-orc.
Half-orc, yes. His name's William. Doesn't mind absorbing a big hit here and there. He'll open himself up. Doesn't like to use his footwork. With the intent of coming back with a counter. Loves to counter. Goes for the counterattack all the time.
Oh.
He said doesn't use footwork.
No, doesn't use footwork, loves to counter.
Who did we decide for you, Orba?
Don't waste it on me.
What about the
Fine.
mysterious?
Was it the knife flicker
dirty guy?
or the
Those are two different guys. Make sure you.
Yeah.
No,
The
rings.
mysterious
Rings.
dirty man. Oh.
Long limb rings guy
Yeah.
is one. Yeah.
Mr. Jewelry?
That's Erosin. He likes to see if his opponent's gonna tire himself out first. Comes out with jabs, stays light on his feet, until he senses a good time to go all in. Mostly jabs.
Can you just run those names one more time?
Yes, William is the hefty half-orc.
Uh-huh.
Erosin is the sort of skinny, lithe human man. And then you know Joella as well. Those are the only three
Okay.
names you've gotten.
I'll give you another 3 gold for the big elf.
Make a persuasion check. Just trying to skimp this guy.
Yeah.
I'll give you a silver.
19.
4 and it's a deal. You already cut me in half.
Fine.
Takes the gold, pockets it. You said the one you're fighting, the elf.
Yes, the big elf.
That's Tundor.
Of course.
He comes for the body first. He thinks that those will soften up his opponent, leave their head vulnerable later when he goes for the big finish.
Useful. If it's true.
I was going to say, as this guy's talking, can I glean whether or not it seems like he's
Insight
telling the
check.
truth?
Do we just pay money for
dirty
false
20.
Dirty
information?
20. He seems like his knowledge is coming from a real place. You look him over a little closer as he's explaining. He came up to you and he kind of had the hood and kind of little goatee. It was hard to sort of read him. But as he's talking, the hood goes back a little bit. You can get a clearer look at his face. It doesn't seem like he's sort of making it up or anything to that effect. He seems fairly confident in what he's saying. You do, before Joella came over to your table, you feel like you might have seen that guy at her table. That doesn't necessarily mean that he is or is not lying, but that he was like associating with them
Opposite day.
before she came over to you. But by the time she sort of made the arrangement and looked over to her table, he wasn't there. So he is.
So could I the table that Joella was at, she was just like socializing and drinking.
Yeah, and it was mostly the people that she was offering to fight with you, as those 6 people. But there was a couple other people earlier before you even knew it was Joella, and you were like thinking that you might have seen that guy there at that table.
Friend, this information is all extraordinarily useful. We thank you for it. How do you...
More if you like.
How do you know Joella?
Well, Joella comes to Leopold's all the time.
Yes, but I'm saying specifically that I saw you dining and drinking with her earlier.
Yes, I'm a gambling man, but as is Joella. We play cards all the time. Drop the crown.
Were they playing Drop the Crown before? Could I tell?
They were, yes. She was at the card table, yeah.
I imagine she wouldn't like to find out that you were telling tales like this.
Well, I think she would think that she was confident enough that even if I told you, she could still win.
You seemed rather friendly with her. We were gambling as well, and you seemed rather friendly with her, and it seems frankly strange that you would sell out friends this easily.
Well, everyone's looking to make a coin. Like I said, I think that if I told Joella, or if you told her that I gave you this info, she would think that she could beat you anyway.
What is your name?
My name is... make sure I get the right guy. Noki. N-O-K-E-E. Noki.
How are we to know that you're not swindling us when we're going to step in the ring and if instantly the opposite's going to happen?
Well, I suppose we'll find out very quickly. He sort of laughs.
If we find out very quickly, if any one of us step in that ring and it doesn't go exactly the way you described, the other 4 of us are going to be on you quickly. Do you understand?
Yes. As a counter, I would like to say that these are generalities. I can't guarantee that they're going to do these things.
Well, you better hope that your generalities are accurate. Now, is there anything you would like to reconsider in the information you've given us?
Give me an intimidation check.
Oh, no.
5.
No, all very true. Entirely true, I swear on it.
I imagine that there'll be some bets placed on the fights themselves.
I would think so, yes.
I would hate to find out that you will bet on anybody other than us.
Well, I think you've got a good shot.
Wait, there's betting?
Let's focus. Let's focus, Orba.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Just at first glance at me, who do you think would be my good opponent?
He sort of gives you a very intense kind of look over. I think you'd match up well against the Tiefling woman. Her strikes are fast, but you look like you could take a punch, and I think you could give it as good as you get it. And her constitution is lower than some of the larger gentlemen.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Is it worth anything to you?
No.
I just spent quite a fortune on some living arrangements, but
Perhaps you should have spent less money on your bed.
I can offer you.
Brent's tents are very cheap.
I can offer you a gold if that's okay.
Okay.
Good luck in your betting.
Thank you. Good luck in the fight.
We hopefully shouldn't need much luck now, yes?
Yes, I hope so. I stand to win quite a bit of money if we're all...
What are the odds?
Oh, I don't... It depends on who you end up picking.
Low odds, yes?
Yes! You look very small.
Orba, don't worry about it.
I want to bet though.
No.
Why?
Thank you, Noki.
Let's focus.
And he kind of
Against
goes
yourself.
between 2 tents.
No,
and
it's
sort
gonna
of
bet
skips
for
over.
me. Because then, if the odds are low, but if I win, I'm so rich.
She understands gambling better than I frankly want her to.
Well, just on a side note, going with his advice, Erland, if you want to take Joella,
I think I should take Joella.
I'll take the Tiefling woman.
Yes.
Okay, I mean, going by what information he gave, what are you thinking, Graven?
I mean, as I said, I hope it's truthful and that it's not the exact.
Well, sure,
Fucking
but
up.
assuming that it is, because we have, I'm assuming that he wants to earn a dime more than anything else, more than he wants to be friends with anyone, so I don't know.
Well, you'll all know when, in my first fight, if I protect my body and get walloped in the face.
So wait, so does that mean... So who are you picking then? Which one's yours?
The big elf.
Okay, right. You're taking the big elf.
Condor.
Then I guess that
Condor,
gives
yes.
me... I think I'll take Ring Guy. What's his name?
Willem?
Erosion.
Erosion.
Oh,
Rose.
Oh wait, so you're gonna be fighting the Tiefling woman? Because we didn't get intel on her.
Well, I asked him to assess.
Right.
Got some general.
Yeah, he said she was a little speedy, not as sturdy, but not specifics, but yes.
Okay.
That
just
you
making
didn't get her
sure.
name.
I actually think that, that perhaps, I think that this is perhaps crazy. I think that the Tiefling should then fight we and the half-orc. We have information on him rather than some random person.
I suppose that's true. He is, I suppose, slow. He's not going to use footwork, we know, and
Just
he is going to
no big hits, and keep your strikes short, Tiefling, and don't go for anything too big.
I think maybe the game is to just tire him out, to stay up long enough to keep him tired. And then hit him once.
I'm just saying, rather than sending you into the ring against someone we know nothing about.
Okay. Yeah.
Whatever you're most comfortable with, obviously, but...
Okay. And I don't think you guys are putting a little too much effort into ensuring my success. Let's be real.
Well, I think we should try to ensure all of our success because, we don't know what's going to happen ultimately. If he just lied, then we're,
Alright, well, we'll find out soon enough. Let's go. I want to.
I have been ready.
Let's go.
You continue on. And as you get into the northwest corner, you see beyond the last row of tents, and there's kind of a wooden fence. It's rectangular in shape, and it looks like it's been divided up into sections. It might have been at one point a pen for animals, but it's currently unoccupied, and it looks like some sand has kind of been poured in to absorb the rain from the day before, kind of as a soft earth on the bottom. They're doing their best to remain inconspicuous, but there's several onlookers who may have gotten some advance notice that something was going to go down. With no stalls here, no booths or food or drink available for purchase, it's fairly obvious that what they're here for. And more than a couple of them are already kind of sizing you all up as you come through and then sort of whispering to each other, sort of waiting. And you guys kind of move toward the pen. You guys have a moment to kind of look here. Give me just sort of investigation checks as you guys look around the area, sort of scoping out where you'll be fighting.
Nat 20.
17.
It's like the best investigation I've ever
14?
had.
Dirty 20.
22.
Great. So you guys have a moment here before sort of the crowd comes in to make sure there's no hijinks going on with the sort of environment. You make sure that all those kind of wood panels are solid, all the fence posts and things, that no one's gonna, push you into something unexpected. The ground seems fairly sturdy. I mean, it's soft because of the sand that's been poured on it, but it seems all right. There's a couple other things that you notice as you're looking around. First of all, Beezaura happens to spot Groll, Tonem, and Stum, who are the people that you were playing dice with, who seem to have come along together to view the fight. Sort of drumming up an interest in betting, perhaps. They're talking to a few of the other civilians around in the area. There's an elven man who looked like he might have been running the outdoor kitchen area. He's here. He's kind of looking around. You can see he still has like an apron on. He's kind of looking around. He seems to have been maybe curious as to why some of his business shifted in this sort of northwestern direction of the garrison. And then there's one other thing that Beezaura notices. One other person who seems to have their eye on the party, much like some of the people who are kind of giving you guys up and down.
No.
It's a bald human man with a kind of bandana tied around his head. And as opposed to the high energy and excitement that most of the spectators have, who are kind of all like getting ready for the possible fight, he's very calm. And he kind of walks slowly around the perimeter of the area. He has some padded leather leg armor and a small short sword that's attached to his waist with just a white tunic on top. He almost has the appearance of someone who's off duty, like he has part of his armor that's been removed and is now just sort of moving about casually with a tunic on top. So you notice this guy kind of moving around, noticing you guys a little bit. You hadn't seen him before, as far as you can tell. Just someone else who seems to catch your eye as you guys are moving into the area.
Can I ask something? How close are we to the guys that we were playing the game with?
They're on the other side of the pens. You could call out to them. I mean...
No. I wanted them to be like, right.
They are going through your pockets right now.
Come close to
I
me.
wanted to, huh?
And after a short bit of time, a little crowd is gathered, and Joella and her group of friends approaches, and she starts to walk up to you toward the animal pens. And at this time, by the time this has happened, a decent crowd of at least maybe 25-ish people has already started to move around. It looks like more people might be on the way as news has traveled quickly. One of her companions, who you now know, you've heard the name because you asked the other man, Tundor, he carries with him a very large drawstring sack. And you see that he kind of opens it up, and Joella and her friends unhitch weapons, daggers, knives that they were carrying. And they put them into this bag, sort of making it clear to you. They make kind of a show of it to sort of show that they're putting things in, and he zips up the sack and then drops it on the ground. And they kind of look at you guys. You guys still have your weapons on you. They look to you as they sort of are doing this.
Find a spot kind of on the outskirts, like
Sure.
between some people, and start just unhitching the armor and
Yep.
shield.
Yeah.
Does anybody keep anything on them? Otherwise, I'll assume that you've sort of stripped down to just basic clothes and no weapons.
Can I keep my jacket on me?
It would be, because it's under like a tunic, if someone were to punch you in the chest, they would know that it was there. They would feel it.
Is there glass on it? Could they break it?
There are tubes. The tubes on the back are metal, so no. There might be some glass components. You've seen it in battle, so it's definitely not fragile by any means.
And needless to
She has a
live.
rare condition.
But if someone
my
were to
scoliosis.
hit you in the chest or the back, they would feel it for sure. They would know it's there.
Seeing Beezaura kind of hemming and hawing, I think you'd best just leave it behind. Try to get any use out of it, and they'll call foul.
I don't want to get any use out of it. I just don't want to get it stolen and ruined.
Well, all the four of us that aren't
There's
fighting
only one of us
all
in the ring
the-
at a time.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
only
we
going to
can
be
all-
one person.
I'm assuming we all kind of noticed the person who's like kind of pacing the perimeter.
Only Beezaura noticed
Only
that.
Beezaura
You
noticed?
could
Okay.
say something about it, but her natural 20, she was able to spot that guy.
Yeah.
Beezaura. Beezaura.
as-
Come on. I've never seen you not excited to hit someone in the face. Come on.
I'm just a little weary about my surroundings, Graven. I'm sorry.
The four of us that
Is there
aren't
a reason-
fighting.
We
I'm
won't-
gonna take it on the.
Beezaura, did something happen while you?
I'm having
Yes, I suppose.
flashbacks of last time here.
Doesn't matter right
We'll
now.
watch your stuff.
We won't shout your name.
Sorry, just quickly, if anyone can just slightly glance across the way, there's a man with a bandana around his head, white tunic.
Not all at once, not all at once.
Okay, pick one of us. Who's gonna
Graven.
look? Graven, look.
Got him.
You can see him. He's not. I mean, the bandana marks him very clearly, and he's not making any effort to conceal himself. He's not like hiding behind anything. He's just sort of walking around the perimeter.
Does he look familiar at all, or suspicious?
He doesn't stand out, I suppose.
He certainly doesn't look familiar. I mean, again, his demeanor is a little less high energy than some of the crowd, but other than that, it doesn't seem.
We'll keep an eye on him. What's your name again for cheering
Becca.
purposes? Becca, right.
Becca!
Becca.
All right.
Becca the Brawler.
We're gonna kill it.
I like this.
All right. Let's
right.
do it.
So as you guys are finishing up
Oh,
removing your things,
Let's go.
Joella kind of saunters over to you. All right, you've had a little bit of time to mull it over, and we've had a moment to get our minds right on the walkover. First, the rules. Best of 5 in total. Each matchup ends with the second knockdown, like I said. The tourists get to choose their opponent, but one of them has to be me. I fight when one team has 2 victories, so one way or the other, I fight.
Told ya.
No weapons, no hits below the belt, no hits when someone's down. Agreed?
Sounds sporting.
Agreed.
If we lose, I tuck my tail between my legs and I take the long, dark road back to Hackettton. But what we didn't discuss is what happens if we win. I'm thinking that you afford me the same courtesy. You pack your bags, and you move on to wherever you're headed,
or wherever the fuck you came from, and you leave Leopold's garrison free from your little crusade, yeah?
Tonight.
That's fair.
Tonight.
That's fair.
Fine.
All right. She motions to a human woman that kind of comes forward a little bit. This is Bertus. She's one of the stable hands. Just about everyone at Leopold's knows her. She'll be acting as the referee. She's done it a few times before. She doesn't play favorites. Rules aren't complicated. So she's pretty much just there to call out if anyone tries any cheap shots. Agreed?
Okay.
Agreed.
And she sort of comes up. Hello. Hi.
Hi.
Keep it clean, you know. I'll try not to step in unless I see something unsportsmanlike.
Okay.
Thanks.
Can I ask you something?
Yes.
Bertus, the Joella or Bertus? Okay.
Bertus.
Yep.
The gentleman, I'm just going to kind of like glance towards him. The gentleman with the bandana over there, he wouldn't have been casing us, would he? Do you recognize him?
I've seen him around. Yes, I believe he's Gentle Void.
All right. Thank you.
Yes. Is everyone feeling ready?
Yep. Think
With
so.
this, Joella kind of steps forward.
All right then. Who we got first?
In giant, I'm gonna point over towards the elf, like that little loaf over there. I'll take him first.
Let's start it then.
Tundor! And he sort of comes forward a little bit, takes a couple steps forward.
Shit, you guys! This guy better not be fucking with us, man. If that dude wallops my noodle, I am gonna shit on him.
So, we are officially going to step into
Oh shit!
pugilism, which is our sort of makeshift hand-to-hand combat game. So, the way this works is, I need you guys have both the current decks, right? Can you hand me one of those?
Oh, you want not?
You can hang on to
I can
yours.
hang- oh, yeah,
Yep.
he just
yeah.
needs his.
Yep, I just need one. We were practicing with them earlier.
Oh, you did it.
Defense.
Thank you.
Great.
I think that's minus stuff.
Should be able to just say that, right?
So for the audience, again, what is it? Exclamation pugilism? Is that
yes,
what it is?
and
Great.
just put it in
Exclamation
chat.
pugilism for the wider set of rules. Here's the really basic concept of the game. Both players have a small deck of attack cards and a small deck of defense cards. Each player picks 2 attacks and 1 defense each round. And the defenses basically have different descriptions on them that negate different kinds of attacks. So if you go for 2 head attacks, there's one that's called head defense. You negate any head attacks to recover your head. It's that simple. You'll pick it up very quickly as we sort of move along. The idea being that, each round consists of a couple strikes and then trying to defend yourself, and then it starts over again. First person to get knocked down twice loses. The first thing we are going to do is roll for composure, which means a sort of energy that you have starting the fight. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll with advantage a hit die, and then add 15 and your Constitution modifier.
Come on,
Come on, buddy.
2 5s. Okay, that's fine.
That's good.
So we as the stream will know, we as the group will know Graven's, but they do not know the opposing person's composure.
shit.
Yes, you are not.
Oh, right.
You do not know.
Why did I write
I
that
will
thing?
keep track of your opposing
I
person's
rolled a
scores.
5, so 23.
23 total.
With a con modifier
Yep.
of 3. Yeah, 23.
And I'm your ring girl.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Do you
gosh.
feel like the high mom thing?
Yeah.
Graven steps into the ring. Tundor sort of puts one big leg over the side he sits on for a moment, then tilts himself over, kind of lands in the sand, stretches out a little bit. And he comes up to you quickly at the beginning before sort of Bertus gives the motion to start, and he sort of sticks a fat hand out. Have a good fight!
Slap it in.
And then he turns back the other way and he kind of flexes his shoulders a little bit, sort of throwing out his arms, getting ready.
Does he need edge stuff as well? Or?
Yes.
Oh,
So
yeah.
here's the other thing: is that
gosh.
certain more physically gifted characters have what we call edge cards, which are like one-time bonus cards. What is your strength score?
14.
And what is your dexterity score?
10.
So you do not get any edge cards. You get an extra edge card for each 5 above 10.
What
you
about
have.
Constitution
What's
and
your-
Wisdom?
Well, you're already getting a bonus for Constitution
Yeah.
from
What's your
the.
My dexterity save? Or
No,
what'd you say?
your dex score, the little number on
These
the
ones.
bottom.
Oh, Just 2.
But strength is
Score.
That's
The larger number.
Underneath. Oh, 15.
15, and what's your strength?
and strength.
16.
So you will get 2 edge
Yeah.
cards. You'll get 1 for strength being above 15 and 1 for...
She got
and I think I get 1, right? Because I have 16 dexterity.
You will get 1 edge. Yep, that is correct.
To be clear, as this is happening, Orba's looking around and seeing where people are gambling.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
My God.
9.
9. Aside from when you guys sort of initially scoped out, it seemed like the 3 guys, Groll, Tonham, and Sturm, were sort of going around. You can't tell for sure that they're the one collecting the bets, but it seemed like they were drumming up a little interest. Other than that, it's kind of hard to tell at the moment.
Okay, Orba's gonna just tap Safira's shoulder. I'll be right back. 1 second. And I'm gonna walk over to Tonham, right?
Sure, Tonham was the one in the middle that you guys talked to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, if somebody were to say want to put down money on a certain someone, where could someone do that?
Well, it's not normally kosher for someone to bet on themselves in the fight, but what were you thinking?
I'm not going to bet on myself at the
Oh,
moment.
all right.
What's the odds on Graven, the Goliath?
Graven's actually favored at the moment.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I put? What are people putting down? Like a couple gold?
Yeah, if you put it, how much you want to put in, I'll tell you the return.
4 gold.
4 gold, you'll get 6 back if he wins.
I'm gonna do it.
All right.
Okay, 4 gold.
Go ahead and mark that down.
Yeah, I give it right.
Yeah, you hand it to
I was
him.
gonna bet on all her parts.
So, Graven and Tundor kind of step in, sort of gauging each other a little bit, and you see Burgess kind of step into the middle to sort of hold her hands out in the middle to look at each of you, sort of confirm that you're ready. You see Tundor kind of give a big nod to Graven, and she sort of, all right, and gives a motion. Okay, we're gonna start here.
Yes.
Holy shit.
What are you?
Initiative.
Initiative.
Yeah.
Yes. So we're determining who's striking first. 11.
9.
So Tundor will be striking first. So great. So we will begin.
Oh my.
I think I already have mine.
Okay.
I'm so stressed. I am. So
Dude, this
stressed.
guy better have the good info. Please.
So Tundor
Body early,
was
then head later?
body first.
Body first.
Softens
head,
the opponent.
Yeah, head later.
Body out of here.
Body movement.
Nothing
All
but
right.
heads.
She puts the hand down, and the two of them kind of go at each other. And Tundor winds up, and he goes for 2 heavies, 1 body, 1 head.
Oh, shit.
With
Okay.
2 big swinging strikes.
Body protect.
Body protect. So, using a little bit of intel, he blocks the body, but then he comes up with a big overhand head. So you take 8,
Oh, wow. That's a quick.
but
quick luck.
you can already tell the 2 big strikes. He's sort of panting a little bit.
Wait, that
He
takes some
loses.
shit.
He loses 4
coming
for
out.
his
Strong.
big strikes there.
Oh, that's rough.
All right. Graven sort of shakes it off. What do you throw back?
Come in with body strike, head strike.
So he general defense, which is choosing 1 non-heavy to block. So he's going to block the head strike.
Yep.
Great. So you kind of come in with 2 quick strikes, covers his head up a little bit. So
He takes 4.
He takes 4,
and I take 2.
and you get So the exhaustion of throwing a couple of strikes there.
You got this, Gravy.
Son of a gun. Okay.
So a couple of quick flurries come out. You hear a little bit of cheering and chanting from the crowd, and the 2 of them kind of circle each other again, and then they go in once more.
It's annoying that we can see Graven, but we can't see his.
Yep.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
not
I will tell you if he looks beat up, but yes, you won't know the exact number.
Just start thinking.
Okay.
They circle each other once more. They come forward a couple more steps, and with 2, he goes in for 2 head strikes or body strikes. Strikes.
Did counter.
Counter. So Graven goes like he's going to counter the attack, but gets hit with both of them up underneath.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
8 damage to Graven,
Shit.
and 2 back to Tundor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 2 for the
yeah,
fatigue back to Tundor. He sort of backs up a little bit. Come on! What do you got for him?
2 head strikes.
2 head strikes. He counters as well. So Graven
Thank God. Okay.
So again, he kind of brings up an overhand, and Graven comes up and clocks him with 2 strikes up underneath.
10. You hit him for 10.
10,
And I
great.
go down 2.
Am I doing?
Okay.
I'm doing math right? It's 3 now. Are you not keeping track?
Yes, 3.
Okay.
Great. So Graven hits him with those 2, and you can see after he kind of had a smile on his face after he hit you with the 2. But as he gets clocked with the 2 back, you can see him kind of spits a little bit, and a little bit of blood comes out the side of his face. Comes in once more. All right, here we go again.
Orba's just screaming at the top of her lungs.
He can kind of. If I'm down at 3, he can kind of see that, or I'm gonna try to give the impression that I'm like.
Okay.
That I'm getting low.
Are you trying to like fake him a little bit?
Yeah.
Give me a performance check.
I'm gonna try to show that I'm like
that you look like you're a little gassed. Yeah.
Performance.
Yeah. Give me a performance check.
8.
8. Okay. All right.
This is hard, you guys. I'm at 3.
Mr. Professional over here. I'm getting a little
Hey,
worried.
remember? Just think of how many times you beat me at this game.
I know. Okay. This is a terrible idea.
If he's getting this stressed out, just wait, guys.
Okay. No, we're doing
When
this.
in doubt, role play. Do what you think the Beezaura would do.
That's
it doesn't have to be like going through every.
I honestly try to do that in everyday life.
What would
Alright, just don't get out of your head and get into the game.
All right. Steps back in once more, and he's gonna go for a heavy head jab.
Shit! I did footwork.
So the head heavy's negated, but the head jab comes in, and he's gonna hit you. But the fatigue for the defense goes last, so he hits you 2, goes down to 1, and Graven stays at 1 because the defense fatigue happens last.
Okay.
So he goes and Graven kind of ducks under it, and just as he comes back up, he gets bopped with a little doosh jab from him.
So
he
had
stays
3,
at 1.
Leah. So he took 2 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So he's down to 1.
Right.
Footwork costs 1 to play.
Costs
but
3 to play.
3 to
Yes.
play. But you can't knock yourself out.
Yes, you can't fatigue yourself down, so you have to get hit by something.
Right.
And defense fatigue is always applied last.
Right.
And so he goes down 2 from that. From the head heavy. All right, he connects with the little jab there, and then he kind of comes back up, ready to go.
I did double head strike again.
He ducks and weaves.
Yes!
Goes down, and as he comes back up, gets nailed by both of Graven's strikes, and he falls to the ground. A little cheering from the crowd.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Okay, so he's gonna make his not with advantage composure roll to get back up.
Wow, I thought I was going down.
Dude, you're at that like 1 hit point berserker rage right now.
Yeah.
Where you
It
can
is supposed to
just
give a
go
little
balls
edge
deep.
to the defender to sort of make it, Great, so
Yeah,
sort of
it's
dusts
on the
himself off,
ropes.
and you can see the rest of the group kind of looks over to Juella, who's kind of watching intently, and she kind of looks away as he sort of goes down to the ground. And Tundra takes a moment, and you see Bertus kind of come out. Hold up a second, hold up, and she waits for Tundra to kind of. All right, he sort of gets himself ready. So we're gonna swap position. So Graven is gonna be striking first now.
Okay.
Okay, so he's gonna get himself ready.
I'm trying.
All right, so now Graven comes in first. What are you going for?
Head strike, body strike.
Head strike, body strike, counter. So the 2
I knew it.
strikes both
All
hit. So he tries to come in for a counter again, and again gets smacked by 2 strikes. What's
So
the total
he takes
damage?
9.
9, and you take 2.
And I take
think?
nothing,
Oh, you take
because I'm still
nothing.
at 1.
So 1. Great. Takes the 2 strikes, and he kind of sort of seeing a little fuzzy at the moment, and he comes back in with a double body strike.
Head protect.
Head protect. So he kind of, after getting hit, he comes in low with 2 strikes. You take 8, so you go down, and he takes 2 from the fatigue.
Does he only take 1?
Yes, because he knocked out Graven with the first
first
strike.
hit.
Yep.
All right, so I roll my
Great.
just a 1d8.
Just hit die, no advantage, and add your Constitution to 15 still.
6. Okay,
Nice,
even better
nice,
than last
nice,
time. Which puts me to what was I started at 23, so 26. Yeah,
You rolled.
I rolled a 6.
So 15 plus 6.
Oh, 15
Yeah.
plus 3.
And your Constitution. I'm sorry.
Constitution. What is your Constitution modifier?
3.
So 9 plus 15, 24.
24, not 26. Yeah, I was adding 5 and 5, not 5 and 3. Anyway,
Great.
all right.
So Graven falls down a little
Back
bit.
up.
Picks himself back up again. Bird just kind of holds the line a little bit.
Make
You
sure-
hear a little bit of the from the crowd kind of cheering.
My relic kind of came out of my shirt and I like tucked it back in and come back up.
Great.
That's some intimidation right there.
Kisses it.
You're a cleric of
All right, we're
Kisses
swapping
it.
spots.
Nobody knows.
We're swapping spots again. So Tundor will be striking first.
Okay. He likes it. He likes it. That's what he likes.
He likes it so
That's
much.
what he likes. He likes that. Okay.
They square off again. You see Bertus kind of
getting weird.
throw her hands down.
It's getting
He comes in with a body jab, body heavy.
Wait, he's first again? I already went first. Okay,
Yes. Body jab, body heavy.
body protect.
So Graven sort of tucks his elbows in,
There you go.
blocks off the 2 strikes.
What-
What do you come back with?
Double head strike.
He ducks and weaves.
Yes! He likes the duck
Takes
weave,
the
that's
2
what
of
I'm
them.
saying.
What is the total?
That's 10 again. He goes,
10?
you get him, hit him for 10.
Okay.
And I go down 2.
Okay.
He sort of comes up and you can see he's standing, but he's sort of
Oh
okay.
my god, here you go, buddy.
blinking a little harder. All right.
Alright. Okay. Yep. Definitely that. Definitely. Yep.
All right. He sort of comes back, and you can tell he's gassed a little bit, and he's sort of struggling to throw some of the bigger strikes. Throws a double head jab. Counter. Great. So you take 4, and he takes
4.
none
Yep.
from the fatigue. So sort of throws out, and you can see he's sort of struggling a little bit, but he's able to get those 2 smacks out. Go ahead.
Off something?
No. Double body jab.
Body protect. He brings the elbows in, see, from before.
And
And he holds up a little bit.
Oh,
2 total?
that's 0.
Oh,
that's
jabs
not-
are 0.
Jabs are 0.
Right,
Yeah.
sorry.
This little son of a bitch.
Oh my god.
This is stressful.
I know.
I'll do this.
You're next.
Oh, no, it's a bad idea.
This gets nuts.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So he comes back in, and after being able to, he takes a little breather after throwing the 2 jabs to sort of regain his composure, and then he comes in with a head heavy.
Footwork.
Footwork negates
So
both.
negates both. I did cost 3 to play.
Yep. And he is also, he can't knock himself out with fatigue.
Right.
So he throws, and Graven kind of ducks under one, ducks under the other.
I got a bad feeling about this. Body jab, head strike.
The jab goes through.
Yes!
Footwork. And
But
Graven's
it's just 1.
and he. Yeah! And there's a lot of time.
It's only just one
Orba
button.
is showered in gold.
You got 2 goals. You got 2 goals.
Yay!
Tundor falls, and Bertus kind of comes over and she waves her hands to sort of keep anyone from sort of blocking.
Oh.
And you can see Joella kind of.
I'll just kind of stare over at Joel as I
Yeah,
walk
she doesn't
off.
even really make eye contact, but she's kind of walking around a little bit. And you see one of his buddies kind of come out and sort of helps Tundor kind of.
Drag him away.
I mean, he's conscious. He just got knocked down. He sort of waddles over to the side. You take 2 bludgeoning damage for each knockdown. So you only took 2 bludgeoning damage. Yes.
Okay.
Make a death save.
Death saving throw from pugilism.
Oh.
All right. Well played. Who's next then?
Right, okay. This is me. Alright.
I believe I went through the order.
Safira sort of steps forward, and you can see all of her friends kind of leaning on the fence, sort of seeing if they're going to get picked here.
The fellow that used to have the rings. And I kind of
And
like
Rosen,
him trying
and he
to...
sort of shakes out his arms a little bit, jumps kind of deftly up over the side of the fence and into the ring.
Whew.
And once again, Bertus sort of comes to the center, sort of holds you 2 to the side. All right, here we go. So let's do our composure rolls. You may. So you go back over to them. They hand you the money. Well played.
Thank you. And then what about this fight? What are the odds?
Oh, I think most people think Rosen's gonna win.
Oh, well, okay, what if I put 5 gold on
5
Safira?
gold, you'll get 15 back.
Oh, I'm gonna do that!
I'm so sorry. I really hope we're way
So I gain 1 gold.
Okay.
15.
Oh, you got 3 to 1 on a Rosen?
Okay, so we're gonna roll for our composure rolls. So hit die with advantage.
Okay. So I rolled a 7, and then I add my Constitution.
Constitution, and then 15.
Right? I can't do simple math.
That's all
Dude,
right.
that was fucking
Well done.
Oh, man.
Good job.
Yeah.
He's been ready for like 6 weeks.
Okay.
I have. I've been prepared.
So do you go ahead and tell Jordan or
24.
Orba what
24?
you're- Great. In addition, Safira does have over 15 dexterity.
Yes!
So she gets an edge card. So again, these are one-time use. So when you use them, after we've all placed our attacks and defends face down, you can use that's when you use an edge card.
Oh, so after I've already
Yes,
attacked?
you must have already. You don't reveal your attacks yet, but it's before they reveal, but after you put them down.
Okay.
So you can't switch after you've played it. Is the point?
Does it?
Okay.
Is it applied to? And I'm sure there are different ones.
Yes,
is it
there are
applied to? Like if it's
After you
like
put it down.
I mean, this does this to an attack or
Okay.
something. Is
Right.
that
So it's
applied
an
to a single?
additional
Like, do you attach it to a specific card, or do you
Single
put it
attack.
in general?
It's in general, but you get to pick which one.
But what I mean is like if I put 2 down, do I have to pick before the
No,
defense?
you play it in general, so off to the side.
Right.
And after you see the defense, you can apply it to
Okay,
whichever
great,
attack you
great.
want.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, great.
So, give me a number. This will be easier. 1 to 7.
5.
2, 3, 4, 5. There's your edge.
Oh, these are
card.
specific. These are.
They're different. Yeah, they're
Yeah,
all
they're-
different. They all do something different. So when we do the first round, I'll tell you. Go ahead and read it. It doesn't matter if I know which one you.
So if I discard this edge, I reduce the cost of my defense by 2.
Yes.
So if I played footwork,
It would
then
only cost 1 instead of
Oh,
3.
sick.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yep. So it allows you to just kind of take a deep breath and make sure you don't use up as much energy.
Ooh, that means she's in shape. Oh, I'm not in shape. I'm envious. Okay.
All right, so the two of you kind of square off a little bit. Rozan, you can see his kind of long limbs. He's holding them out to kind of gauge his distance a little bit.
Fucking guy.
Half
And
my
you see Burgess
wingspan
kind
is
of give the motion. So roll for initiative as well. It was 12 from the Rosen.
Oh, is that cocked or no?
Yep.
Yes? You think so?
Let's debate about it.
Well, that was worse. 7.
Okay, Rosen will be striking first. So Burgess gives the motion, and Rosen comes out quickly. So put your attacks and defense down.
Okay.
Huge. Looks like a jabber to me.
A Rosen?
Yeah, look at those long
Yeah.
jabbies.
Like he's gonna
Opponent,
feel her
he
out,
tires the opponent first jab. Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah, what was the Rosen's thing? Jab,
He
jab
tires
and
the
footwork early.
opponent
Jab and
first, so
footwork
jabs
early,
early.
then goes all in.
He makes you spend stamina over and over.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, so that means you want to hit him with jabs.
No, if he's doing footwork, you need to do.
Yeah, if he's doing footwork,
You
you,
do
want to be
jabs.
jabbing on him.
Because it only does against him.
Okay.
Great. So this is when you would play an edge if you want to. After the cards are played, but before
Right,
revealing.
okay.
Great.
I'm
So great. So he comes in and goes in for 2 quick head jabs.
Yeah.
And
Reveal your defense.
head protect.
Head So
Oh.
you block the 2 jabs, and he sort of brings his hands back, gets ready to defend. What do you hit him with?
A double body jab.
Double body. He goes duck and weave.
Yes.
So double body jab. He takes the 2 from right. It's
Yeah, it's
1 for
2,
each,
it's just
and then another 1 for the duck and weave. So he
Oh,
does.
so you say a 24, baby.
Yeah,
Yep.
doobie-dee.
Safira, no harm done. He sort of rallies back a little bit, sort of looks around quickly, and then
I'm
comes
not
in for another
favored.
attack.
It's gonna be like a
Fight.
featherweight fight.
Oh, I
Lot of movement,
told her that.
man,
and
we're
she goes,
scrappy.
"Right." You make her mad.
What's that?
I told Safira that she wasn't favored just to make her mad. Yeah, that's it.
You're not favored.
Everyone thinks you're gonna lose.
Show those odds makers.
Oh, golly.
That was the first draft of Graven's character voice.
Good.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. You've played it less than Anthony, so you're allowed an extra bit of time.
9 or 10 times. I did draw a cute bear and
Mm,
a bow
very
on my
nice.
card.
Oh, snake.
Where's the turtle and where
Looks like
is
a
the
turtle.
wolf?
I don't
Okay.
know if I can draw a turtle.
Come on. I'm gonna.
Okay, he comes back in, and this time he's sort of again kind of gauging his distance, but not going in for full heavy attacks. He goes in for 2 strikes, 1 to the head, 1 to the body.
Oh, that's good because I ducked and weaved.
Ducked and weaved. Ducks and weaves out of the way. He loses 2, and you can see as he kind of comes up empty with those, he sort of.
Safira's feeling so tough right now.
What does she come back with?
Head heavy and a body jab.
Negates the head heavy footwork, so he kind of dances around out of the way a little bit. So he loses 3 from the footwork,
And I
but
lose 2.
you lose 2 from the heavy.
And I lose 3 total.
I gotcha, yeah.
Great.
And you hit him with the jab.
Get him with the jab
right?
too, the body jab. Yeah.
Yep. and you
Well, I
have the
do
jab
1
as well.
damage.
Yeah.
But,
Yep.
This is the wrong tab. Okay.
So-
It's legible.
All right, I come back again. The cheering a little louder, a little bit of excitement. You can already hear the crowd kind of the enthusiasm growing. I mean, already it looks like Joella's team is losing, and that's a surprise. You can tell to the sort of people in the audience.
Okay.
Footwork negates heavy and
Not
And strikes.
All heavy,
anything
all
but
strikes.
jabs.
Anything but jabs.
Anything but jabs. But it costs a lot of fatigue.
Man. Head and body protects, man. They're so. Ooh. Ooh. It's so hard to. Ooh. I like it. I like it.
What is happening?
I need that booty protect card.
You all set?
Yep.
No edge cards before I flip.
No.
Great. So comes back in, and this time summons up even a little bit more strength, sort of amplifying the strikes each time. He's going to go for a body heavy, and then he comes with a quick head jab after that.
Okay, I countered. So
Counter.
Doing very
So
well.
we'll do these separately. So he takes 3 for that plus the 2 fatigue. So he took 5 off of that
Holy
attack.
shit.
So you take none from the heavy. You take 2 from the head jab.
Wow.
Okay. So 19.
Great. So he goes in for strike, and Safira sort of locks her hand up and over, and poof, comes in up under his hand before he's able to get it down. He comes back with a little strike, and then what does he throw back?
I threw a head jab, 2 head jabs.
He goes counter,
down.
so she comes down with 2 head jabs. Both of them hit for 4 damage or 4 damage
Yeah.
total. Great.
He's gotta be.
He kind of like ducks a little bit. All right.
Someone's yelling, "He's caught!
He's got
He's caught! He's bleeding!"
Everyone's like banging on the ground in the corner. All right.
That is stupid.
Is there like an octagon we can get up on?
Jesus.
Finish him off. Finish him.
Wow.
Jeez, her defenses are cool.
So, how much gold am I putting on myself? 10? 15?
Everything that you win, you put in for the next round.
That's
Yeah?
like
You
gambling
win
cards.
15 gold, put in at least 10 gold for the next round.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. Still be up.
All right, he comes back in. And this time he's going to go in. He's go straight for the head. He knows he's got to make up a little bit of ground. He's going to go for 2 head strikes.
Okay, I did footwork.
Negates both of them.
Wow.
Ducks underneath
Oh my
both of
God.
them.
How do you
And he's
know?
kind of coming up.
She's good. She's good.
And you can tell he's feeling
How
I'm
does he
lucky.
know what he's gonna
he's a
do?
little gassed. He's breathing heavy. What do you come back with?
I did a heavy head and a jab.
Heavy head. So the general defenses. So the head heavy hits.
That's 8 damage.
So you come in, and it just knocks him flat down.
Yes.
So he goes down to the ground, and Bear's sort of hold. She comes in, and she sort of makes sure that, and he kind of waves her off a little bit.
Laid him out.
Gets back up. All right. So he has
Once more.
Okay, makes a new composure roll. So you are striking first now.
Okay.
All right, he gets back up, and Bird's kind of again motions.
Keep your elbows in.
Has to keep my elbows in.
Holy shit, yeah.
She's only
Yeah.
lost like 10.
She's doing
No,
good.
she's lost 8.
She's doing good.
Jeez.
Her defenses,
Cocky.
her defenses have been. What?
Seemed like finish the fight happening.
Safira's like drinking.
Yeah, Bear's like.
Very cool.
I still sit here. I feel like I'm jumping around a little bit.
I don't know. I can't see because there's
Oh,
a
I think
chair
I'm a
there.
little. There we go. Hey, perfect.
You can see on your phone.
I'm a great producer.
All right, Safira comes first. So as
That's
Erozan
true.
gets
You
back up,
are
Safira's able to
watching
kind of
on
get
your
in
phone.
quick. She goes for the first strikes. What do you throw?
I'm going for a jab, and then I'm trying to do a heavy body.
Which kinds of what kind of jab?
Just a head jab.
Head jab and what was
A
it?
body heavy.
He ducks and weaves. So ducks out of one, ducks the other. So he loses 1 for that. But you take 2 for the heavy.
2 for the heavy, yeah.
Great.
So you're 12.
So this time he sort of, and after you can see that as he missed those 2 attacks, he finally sort of feels like he got his bearings a little bit. It's the first round I think that he hasn't taken at least 1 hit. So.
Yeah.
All right, so he comes back in, body heavy, body strike.
I negate 1. I did general defense, so I negate 1 non-heavy
So you negate
attack
the strike
for
attack. Great.
Yeah.
So you take
take-
6, and he takes 3 for the fatigue.
Okay. All right. You're at 6, girl.
Woo!
Come on now.
18. Great. So he whiffs with the strike, but then comes in heavy with the other hand and gets you kind of right in the side of the rib cage. Okay. Oops, wrong pile.
Watch those hooks.
Banging on the side of the fence.
Someone comes up. What's your friend's name?
Sarah.
Sarah. Starts like a chant around the exterior.
She's like, who are they cheering about?
That's me. Oh, okay.
Sarah.
I literally couldn't remember what her fake name was. I was like,
What the fuck is yours?
You're Rosen. Wait, no.
yeah.
Yeah.
Julie.
Julie. I'm Julie.
Okay.
All right. Any edge or anything before?
Yeah,
we...
I'm doing the edge this time.
All right. So
I'm
Safira
edging.
kind of comes in. Go ahead and do your strikes first.
Okay, I'm
And
gonna go
is
for
your edge is a defensive, not an offensive.
yes,
Great, so you can leave it.
Head jab and body jab.
Head jab, body jab. He goes for counter, so both of them hit.
Nice.
2 quick attacks as he's sort of anticipating something bigger. So what is that? 3 total.
Yeah, 3 total
3
damage.
total. Great. So go ahead and flip your edge and read that out loud.
Discard this edge. Reduce the cost of your fatigue for your defense by 2.
Great.
And
What'd
I
you
chose
play?
footwork.
Footwork, great. So the footwork only costs 1, so she sort of takes a deep breath, dances to the sides a little bit, and it's body strike 2, so you negate both of them.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
he takes 2 from that, and you only take
used
1
one. I
from
used
the
one,
fatigue.
so
Okay.
yeah.
And then you
I got 5.
go ahead and give me that edge card. It's a
Yes.
one-time use.
Good choice.
All right, one more round here.
Dude, we haven't been knocked down yet.
Safira has not.
has
No,
not.
you.
No!
you-
Down.
I'm not going down. We need
Where are you again? Oh, yeah, the shoe.
his head.
I forgot. Did I go down first?
No.
Second.
He went down second.
No, yes, second. You were at 1.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Were you there?
Quickly we forget.
Yeah, I totally forgot.
Did you black out there?
You remember the winners and the losers. You don't remember. That's right.
Who won who?
Oh my goodness.
All right.
Give it to him.
I can't wait to see the odds on you and Joella.
I'm very stressed.
Make me a very rich girl.
Very stressed.
All right, you guys go to match up again. Go in. What do you attack with first?
Okay, I'm going for a head jab and a heavy body.
Okay, negates the head with head protect, but the body heavy hit.
Oh, connected.
So is that 6?
6,
for the,
yeah.
Okay.
And you spent 2.
You spend 2. So he brings up the hands, takes the hit into
he's
the
gonna
stomach. And right after that, he's gonna come back. He's gonna try and even the fight up with a double head heavy.
Yeah, well, one of those coming back at him.
Okay. That's the counter. So he comes in with 1 up underneath. Safira hits him, so it's 4 back to him.
Everyone's gonna knock her.
And then he's
That's
going
okay.
to.
She got her damage in.
Okay, great. So and then he feels the fatigue, but then 8 comes to you. So does that knock you?
Yeah,
Great.
that knocks me out.
8?
Yeah, head heavy's 8.
Head-
Yeah, 2-8 for head heavy.
Holy crap.
All right, and there's the chant's still going like Sarah. Oh, really going out. All right, go ahead and
Safira looks
roll
real good
for.
with black eyes.
Roll
You're
for. Do I roll my d10?
You roll the hit die. Yep,
Hit
if that's
die,
your hit,
okay.
but not with advantage this time.
Sick. Okay, so 5 plus 15, right? Because it's plus 2. Well, why was I about to
20.
20?
I gotcha.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
Everyone's watching Safira do math in the middle of the.
Well,
ring.
5 plus 15 is 20. That one I can do. Okay.
All right, Safira gets back up,
To somebody else.
steadies herself. Bertus kind of holds her hands out. again! And the two of you come in. So he's now striking
He's
first
finished.
again.
We're not losing HP.
Yeah, I don't know if that would count.
Yeah. Maybe we do invigorate. I don't know. If I used like a healing word, like for like you or her in the middle of a fight, if people would notice or if it would help.
Yeah, Safira doesn't need to cheat.
I might
We'll
need to
see.
cheat.
That's what I'm thinking
She's
about.
just a well-rounded fighter.
Yeah, I
She's
know.
probably gonna throw you variety.
I know. I don't like that.
Oh my god.
Variety is hard. It's hard to defend variety.
Variety is hard.
No, if she does like a jab one time, you're like,
Oh
okay,
my
she's
God.
doing something else.
Orba's coaching really.
I'm just giving you
You better fucking win. I got a lot of money on this.
I'm putting Vaseline.
Like squeezing too hard, like
Alright, I get it.
This is for everyone.
she's wrapping his hands, she's like pouring powder in it.
I'm changing my mind. I'm changing
All
my mind
right.
a lot. I'm changing my mind a lot. Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
He comes in quick, and he's sort of sensing a little blood in the water and trying on his last legs. He's gonna go with the head heavy times 2.
shit.
Oh well, too bad for him because I fucking protected him.
Yes.
What the fuck, Zoe? I had a feeling.
We should make all combat.
What do you come back with?
this from Safira.
I'm coming back with a jab and a heavy head.
Heavy, he goes duck and weave, both connect. And he sort of holds there and he kind of cocks one arm back and kind of falls
Nice.
And an eruption of tears come out as you see a lot of people immediately turn and be like, "Give me my money!" Getting their sort of gold off of
110 gold.
Safira's win there. And again, you see Joella sort of, she sort of gets herself ready.
Embarrassed. You should be embarrassed.
Same.
Well, now she has to fight Max.
All right, I guess it's 2-0. So, what is it then?
Alright.
And she sort of deftly kind of
Erland
hops
does a
up into
backflip.
All right. And immediately as this is sort of happening, you can sense the excitement grow even a little bit. I mean, Joella's fighting. They've certainly seen her fight before. You see a lot of people start, I don't know if the other two were better than I thought. So you see a lot of that. Do you go back to...
They don't know who's in favor now.
All right. How much you willing to put in?
What are the odds?
Well, it's a 5-to-1 payout for Joella.
I'd give you 10 gold.
All right, 50 coming back if you win.
Wait, 5-to-1 for
I'm-
Joella? As in for Joella to win?
Yes,
so if
for
I
Joella's
And you're
baby.
betting on
I'm putting
Erland.
10 on.
Yes, putting 10 on her.
So
Oh my god.
times 5.
So I need to roll.
1.
Fucking god, guys.
All right. Oh, wait, I rolled the wrong die. With advantage.
That's plus 15.
15 on your constitution as well.
Yeah, so 19.
Okay. What'd you roll?
I have 5 and then -1 constitution.
So, just so people also know,
Where's
Erland
your
as a
bag?
monk not only gets an extra edge
I
card for
have
being
2
a
edge
monk,
cards.
he also has 2
I
additional
have 2
things in his
cards.
deck. He has a monk defense and a monk attack.
monk attack.
He has
Yeah,
special
that's
sort
my
of
word.
Fucking
attacks
cool.
and defenses at his disposal. Go ahead and read them out. just
So
people-
the monk attack is a head jab feint. If your opponent defends with a counter, this attack gains +5.
Yeah, so if they look like they're going to counter your attack, you sort of do a fake and then hit them
It
really
normally
hard.
does 2 if they try and counter. It does
Love
5.
it.
And
And
then
the defense is called Patience, and it negates all jab attacks, and you regain 5 composure for each jab negated.
Yeah, so he
That's
sort of
dope.
stays calm and kind of just with subtle movements kind of dodges out of the way, expending no energy there, taking a moment to breathe.
Yes.
Okay.
So you had 19?
Alright.
I had 19.
Okay.
So Joella kind of comes up. All right, then. Let's see what you've got.
Puts up his defenses.
Yep, and the two of you sort of stand there, and Bruce kind of stands between
And can I want to sort of like, I want to kind of like dance around a little bit, move around a little bit, and sort of feel out. I want to see if I can feel out, because I didn't get information on what she likes to do at the beginning. I want to feel out if she's ramping herself up, if she's trying to test the waters. Can I tell?
Give me a perception check.
But likes heads at the knockouts.
9.
9. So you, as soon as you guys sort of have your fists up before Burgess kind of gives the motion to fight, you sort of dance around a little bit, trying to gauge her a little bit, and she sees you starting to dance, and she kind of
Do you do like the Conor McGregor like
rolls her eyes a little bit.
Okay, so
and gets it ready
doesn't
to
give
fight.
anything away.
Like an
No.
asshole.
And Burgess sort of fight, and everyone's sort of cheering.
Here we
and the noise swells a little bit. All right.
Oh shit.
Jamie.
The fact that we remember our fake names is hilarious.
We have to. We use them all the time.
We do use them all the
And
time.
also, we don't remember
We
that.
don't remember that. That's true. Not when we need to. Only when it's not important.
Okay.
Oh, come on. Give me that 50 buckaroos.
That's what you're saying.
Oh, we didn't roll for initiative. Go ahead and pick your cards up. We didn't roll for initiative.
Okay.
Natural 20 for Joel.
Guys, this
Well, hello there, Joel.
It's alright. John, don't panic. Nobody panic. Nobody panic.
Fucking lose this for me.
You're up already, didn't you? You won 2 gold on the first, 5 gold on the next. Yeah, if you
was
lost
trying to
10,
shoot.
you're down 3.
All right, here we go. Let's do this.
All right, you guys square off a little bit, and Joella comes in. She's going to use a head jab and then a special uppercut that she has available to her, which is a head strike attack. And I'll tell you, what's your defense?
I'm using patience.
Patience.
So I'm going to negate the
You're
jab.
going to negate the jab.
And get 5.
And get 5. Right, so he goes up
24.
5 there. Yes, and so she comes on with the fast uppercut. So what it does is it's a 6 damage, and it only costs 1 fatigue. It costs extra fatigue if it's negated, which it was not. So basically, she's giving it a little extra oomph.
Okay, so it's an uppercut,
it's a strike.
head strike.
It's a head strike.
Scary.
Yes. So she has her own special kind of attack.
So he goes back down.
So he gained 5 and then took 6.
Took 6, so he's at
down
18.
1.
And she took 1 as well from the fatigue bonus. All right.
Okay.
All right, and then Erland comes back. What do you got?
I got a head heavy and a head jab feint.
Footwork. So she's gonna dodge out of the way of a head heavy, and then you hit with the
head feint
yes.
jab for 2.
So 2
And then I take 3.
for the XP,
You take
and she
3.
takes another 3 for the use of footwork.
Both came out hard, jeez.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
So a couple quick blows kind of get swung, and they spiral again.
Yeah, that is scary.
Jeez, guys.
Yeah. So the special cards he has now that you've seen it is a head strike, just so people know.
Yeah, she might have a special defense, just saying.
Yeah, she might.
Is it curl up into a ball like a wizard?
Yes, if anyone's looking on the pugilism Google Drive, there are class cards for everybody's class, but we're not getting that complicated today.
And the wizard does, in fact, curl up
Curl
into
up.
a ball.
Does he really?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
That's the wizard defense is curl up, and
George
What is
Michael.
it?
Pretend
The
it's not
heavy's
happening.
still hit
Pretend it's not
hard.
happening.
It's not happening.
it
Wizard's
defends against everything and gets times 2 attacks, but you take extra damage from times 2 attacks.
I want my mom. I want my mom.
Checks for stretch for times.
Yeah, that's...
So she did footwork that time?
She did,
Head
yes.
heavy times 2.
Yeah, that'd be bad news. Immediately be done. Bonk, bonk. Double bonk.
Okay.
All right, this is also time
Yeah,
if you want to use an edge card at this point.
I love the ambiance of the people screaming. Just, no, he's just
Not yet. No.
All right, great. So Duella comes in once again, and seeing that it worked last time, she's coming in with 2 head strikes, not her special.
Negate all head attacks.
Yes! As Erland kind of
attack.
ducks in, so she loses 2 fatigue from that. All right, what do you come back with?
Another head heavy.
Head heavy, and
And my head jab feint.
she ducks and weaves, so both
Yes.
of them hit there.
So
What is
that's
the
an
total?
8, and then a 2.
So
10 total,
Great,
and I
then-
lose 3.
Great. All right.
You're at
So she
12.
tries to duck and weave, and right as she's coming down, you kind of come up and hit her with the heavy attack, and then back over the top with a jab there.
Right.
Jeez Louise.
Okay.
That's a good thing.
I wish the halflings could see this.
Aw, I wish they could.
That's true.
You okay?
I'm trying to draw a picture for him, but
Mushroom.
A book.
it's gonna look like a penis.
A book. A mushroom.
Make it a really big cat. I mean, you know what I mean. Very umbrella-ish.
Guys, I'm trying to focus.
Less mushroom. More umbrella.
Okay, yeah.
Make it
Let's
like
do,
toe. So it has a little speckle on top. So
That'd be more
Yeah.
It's not that kind of penises.
That's not what I'm
Yeah. Shit, I don't like that. I panicked a little bit. I don't like it.
All right, Joella comes in. Boom. She's gonna come in with a body strike, body heavy. Fuck.
I did
Duck and weave, so both hit. So 2 hits to the body. That's 10 to Erland.
And then 1 for the exhaustion. So fuck.
Right?
Well, going to 1 is ideal,
Yeah,
honestly.
1 is actually
Yeah. So she takes 3 fatigue from the.
If you'd gone down, that would
good
be
last time,
bad.
yeah.
Because you
All
would have
right.
been able to have
What
these.
does Erland come back with?
Head jab first, and then body heavy.
She counters the body heavy. So the head jab came first, which
Yeah, it was
hits.
2.
So she takes that, and then as you come in for the heavy, she sort of comes up and hits you just as you're kind of coming
okay,
into
Erland.
attack.
It's alright, it's alright.
Erland comes down, and a little bit of cheering and sort of jeering from the outside.
What were the 2 she did there? She did.
She did body strike, body heavy on that one.
Okay, here we go.
Roll
got it.
for your without advantage for your
17.
17. All right.
Yikes.
Still drifting on one side. Fall down.
Excitement.
All right, and Erland will be striking first this time. Erland comes back up, takes a couple breaths. Bertus sort of lets you catch your breath a little bit. She places one hand on your shoulder. You good?
Yeah, yes.
All right, fight!
That's what that was. That was her tone.
Yes, miss.
Yes,
Yes, I'm embarrassed.
yes, miss. Of course, miss.
Oh no, Leah.
I'm going first this time?
You are striking first. Yes.
I should have pushed it.
I should have pushed it.
How's she looking? Is she still looking alright?
She looks like she's taking a few good beatings. I mean, she doesn't look sort of on her last legs there.
How does this affect you so?
Okay.
She looks across the pen, and the same guy's going, "She shouldn't have pushed it."
You gotta kill her, man. You gotta stop.
Okay. Alright, here we go.
All right, so Erland comes in. What are you going for?
Body strike, body heavy.
Footwork, and just both of them.
Fuck, and I used 1 to get extra.
Extra damage on it. Great, so he pays, and she dances out of the way of the 2 strikes there. She takes 3 fatigue for that.
What did you spend, Erland?
That's 3.
Okay.
All right. And after dodging out of the way, you can see her smile a little bit, and she comes in with a double head jab.
I have negate all head attacks.
All right.
Oh, there we go.
Comes in quick, but comes up with air.
All the patience would have gotten me back 10.
Don't make him
Stop
second
that.
guess it.
Negated all damage. Stop it.
Sorry, he did
I
great.
thought she was
He did so good.
gonna go for a little uppercut.
Yeah.
So this is done. This isn't gonna put this
Oh,
over
yeah.
here.
Yep.
Good call, good call. Are you okay?
Yeah. I just keep saying it.
Yeah, it's as good every time.
You brought it up and I can't
I'm sorry.
let it go now. Oh my god, I'm sweating. Wow.
I don't think I've ever seen you laugh that hard.
It's just so good.
Oh shit, sorry. This is,
He's gone down once, so she hasn't. Huh?
Nope. Let's not. It's okay. Hey.
Anthony is feeling the burn over
Comes
there.
the realization of everything happening like after the fact. Did I go down at all? Yeah. Oh god.
Graven's like, would have been awful for optics if one of us had gone down. You did. Oh.
So did I.
Right.
Barely, though.
okay, okay, cool.
All right, Erland comes back in. What are you coming in with?
We're coming in with 2 jabs, head and body.
Duck and weave. Ducks, weaves out of the way, no strikes land,
It's okay,
and she
man, it's
comes
okay.
back with a double fast uppercut.
Oh fuck, I did duck and weave.
Oh no!
Hits Erland with both of them for 12 damage.
Looks like I get my chance to fight.
So she comes in again and goes once more, sort of hitting Erland up underneath his chin. All right.
Oh, he's at 2.
He's at 2, but she hasn't gone down at all.
Yes, she has not gone
You'd have to
down
hold
yet.
a real strong.
This would be pretty wild.
I believe.
This is gonna get real.
Jamie. Nobody cheers.
Yeah.
Jamie, everyone's like,
My dream is going
Oh,
down.
I could have gotten so much gold.
It's all his fault.
It is. He owes me gold.
You help him off the ground. You owe me 10 gold.
I want you to know I bet
Sorry,
on your
son
dumb
of a
ass that you owe me money now.
There's a card.
Oh no. Yes.
Can I ask you a question about one of these edges?
Yeah, I've already. Oh yeah, go ahead.
So your general defense can negate a heavy attack. Does that mean in addition to the one non-heavy?
No,
It's just
it normally it negates one non-heavy. With that thing, it can negate one of any type of attack.
cool.
Yep.
Well, that's good.
You don't need to negate one. You need to get it.
Oh, so she looks like okay. No, wait.
She's looking pretty rough on her sort of.
Yeah, but
figure
I'm
as
also
well.
looking pretty rough, and shoes for head when I'm okay. Okay.
Oh, Matt, you look fucking sly over there, man. Get out of here.
Fuck. No, I need it. No, God.
I'm putting the timer
No,
up.
I know. No.
Joella's circling and Erland's like stepping back, trying to get the right position.
Okay, I strike first.
You
yeah?
strike first. Yep.
Are you?
I'm sorry.
Let's go,
He's
Erland.
like high on his win over here.
Okay.
All right, Erland finally takes a step forward, and what do you come in with?
First, we're doing a head strike,
And then
and then a head heavy.
footwork negates both of them. So she steps around, out of the way of the heavy, and she comes back with a jab of each kind, body, head.
Oh, fuck, I have head protect.
Head
I'm
protect.
still up.
Oh, I don't
I'm
think you
down
are.
from the fucking.
Hits him to the chest with a little strike.
Fuck.
And Erland kind of crumbles to the ground a little bit. And Drella holds her hands up, and there's a little bit of applause. That's how it's done. Better luck next time. And she steps kind of casually out of the ring there.
Can Orba give Erland a
Yeah, you can step in.
I mean, I kind of.
It was a good try, Erland.
Yeah,
She wasn't joking.
That was real stuff.
Yeah, keep moving over. All right. Okay.
Here, let me get this back.
Now that we've had that done with, who's next?
I guess I'm.
Look between the two ladies.
All right. Who would you like?
The other woman there. The Tiefling.
Samova. And she comes up. She's sort of. All right. Steps in. She steps like between the bars of the fight. Immediately she gets in. She's like stepping a little bit, like getting a little cardio in. She's sort of moving around a little bit. We step into the ring. All right, Beezaura's in. So, Beezaura, what is your strength score?
See, I honestly.
16.
16. And what is your dexterity score?
15.
You get one of each. Give me a number between 1 and 10.
4.
Oh, I thought
4 and give me a number between 1 and 9.
1 and 9. 6.
A lot to the head.
But like even that last one, that was a body jab that knocked me down.
The first time she was trying to knock you out,
So you have 2 edge cards for your good fighting stats. So again, those are one-time use. And if you have a question on them, you can ask me. It doesn't matter if I know what ones.
So I have Edge Momentum, which is attacks you negate cost 1 additional.
Fatigue. Yeah, so if you negate an attack, it takes a little bit of extra energy from them as you kind of like push them out of the way. So it's a good way to wear them down.
And it can be both if you negate both, right?
It says attacks you negate, right? Yeah, any attack you negate gets 1. And then what's the other one?
Okay.
I guess.
I think I get that.
Yeah.
Good Chin. Your general defense can negate a heavy attack.
Yeah, so normally a general defense can only negate any non-heavy attack, but now you can negate 1 heavy attack with your general defense. It's just like a way to protect yourself against, heavier attacks.
Okay, great.
And those are played again after we put our cards down, but before we flip them is when you can play an edge card.
Cool.
So you guys sort of circle each other a little bit, so Move is sort of moving around, pumping herself up a little bit. You see the sort of scarring around her neck and around her arms a little bit, the sort of bite marks in her hands. And let's roll for Composure.
That's 2d10, right?
With advantage D10 for you, yeah.
Those are 8. Yep, top right. There you go.
My brain just kind of shut off for a second.
Okay.
Plus
Plus 15,
Constitution.
plus your Constitution modifier.
19.
19.
No.
20.
Yes. No.
2.
Oh, 2. I was looking at the bad one. Sorry.
Roll
20.
a 1 and a 2. Woo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ouch.
20.
So as this sort of fight is hyping up a little bit, you do see Tonham kind of come over to Orba.
What do you got?
People like the halfling pretty good. Seems pretty stout, but still
Stout.
favored a little bit on the tiefling.
Okay, I lost a little bit of money on that last one. What if I give you 5 gold?
You'll get 10 back for 5.
Okay, let's do it.
Alright. Takes the gold.
Oh my god.
So what are you down? You're down 3?
I'm only down like 3 gold.
Okay.
Yeah, because you won the first 2.
Yeah.
Alright, you guys start to circle each other. And Berta sort of holds her hands up. Go at it! And the 2 of you come in. Roll initiative for me as well.
Oh my god, I just want to start thinking.
That is a 15 for Saluva.
Do I put my modifier?
Yep, you're taking it past initiative modifier.
God, it's 10.
10. Okay, so Saluva will strike first.
This is not good.
You got it, girl.
It's all right.
Hey, it hasn't even started yet.
It's not that big an advantage to strike
No.
first. It's a little bit, but not a big one.
Maybe I'll just bite the shit out of him. I don't know.
Man, she should have a special like headbutt or something.
Oh, yeah, like right in the teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it does 8 to both of you or something. Like, oh, Jesus.
That would be so badass.
Like it can't be negated, but
Yeah.
it does as much to you. Like if you know that you're gonna finish it off.
The barbarian one I made is it's a head heavy that's a 210, but if you get countered, you take the full amount back instead of just half.
Oh yeah, there's some real cool ones. I think, or what was it? Warlock was my favorite. Sword. What was my favorite?
So it has to be played with the ×2.
Which one?
That one you were talking about.
No, that's the barbarian one. It can't be played ×2.
Oh.
If you get countered, it's a heavy attack. You take the full force back instead of just half of the force back.
Oh, but it does 10.
It does 10, yeah.
Which is
It's more than a normal head heavy.
It's all right. It's all right. Go with your gut.
Go with your gut,
Go with your gut
Yeah.
to begin here, and you'll
Gut it up.
feel
All
her
right.
out. Feel her up and out.
Samuva comes in quick. This is when you would play an edge if you'd like to.
No, I'm gonna hold
Great.
on that.
Comes in quick, and it's gonna go with 2 sort of forceful but not full energy body strikes. Double body strike.
I did general defense.
General defense. You negate one of them. It doesn't matter which, because it's the same
Okay.
thing. So you take 4, but she loses 2 fatigue. So you sort of
Good.
one off to the side.
What did I do?
Take the other one. Now you reveal your attacks. What are you going
I'm
with?
gonna go for a head heavy and a body strike.
Body strike. She also did general defense, so the strike is negated, but the head with the is it a head heavy?
Yeah.
That hits.
Yes.
So is that 8?
That is 8.
Great.
But I take 3.
3
spend
fatigue.
3?
Yep. Spend 3 fatigue. Right there you go. So
Ooh.
she sort of hits her good with the head heavy, and she backs up
What
a
did
little
she
bit.
just do again? Sorry.
She did 2 body strikes.
2 body strikes. Okay.
What was the
What did
intel
we?
on her?
Yeah, I don't remember.
She was
we
just
didn't. She's
fast.
light on her feet. She's gonna use footwork. Was the intel. That would be my interpretation of the intel.
Why couldn't he just say, alright,
She's gonna start with head heavy. We're gonna finish off with some body strikes.
When her fatigue is low.
When she gets between 5 and 8.
Just sitting there like, yes. Takes notes.
oh baby.
Sorry, give me 1 sec.
Okay. It's like the beginning of Sherlock Holmes, where he's like slow motion.
Yeah, he's like, I hit her in the face
Beezaura's
with
like-
a force of
Speeds up fight.
Crack the floating rib.
I've watched that dumb fight sequence so many times. Cracks.
It's a surprisingly good movie.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to see that.
And Jared Harris is Moriarty. I mean,
Oh
that's
my
good
God,
stuff.
yeah.
Wait, Jared Harris is Moriarty?
Yeah.
I
In
think
the
he shows up in the second
You
one.
should
Yeah.
watch them.
You don't see him in the
Oh my
first
god,
one.
I fucking love Jared
Okay.
Harris. I want
Okay, so she's attacking once again first. She's gonna try and come in quick with 2 head jabs.
Head defense!
Head
I knew it!
Alright, what does Beezaura come back with?
I come back with a head jab and a body strike.
Both hit, goes for the counter!
Oh.
Yeah.
How much damage total?
6 for her,
6.
1 for me.
Alright.
Wow.
There we
She
go.
must
12.
be close.
So
She hit
that
with
was
6
2
and
head
8.
jabs, right?
Yep. What?
That was 2 head
2
jabs?
head jabs she just did, yep.
Attacks you negate cost 1 additional
This bitch is low.
general defense.
She's going back.
Okay.
This is good at this game.
Don't jinx me, please.
Sorry.
While Beezy's fighting the guy that she pointed out to us, do we see him take extra notice?
Give me an investigation check.
Oh.
You guys were all caught up in the game.
Caught
I'm still playing Dungeons and Dragons over here.
Oh my god.
What am I doing? You guys are playing pugilism and playing 3D chess.
Just roll the die. I have no idea.
Investigate.
Investigation? Shit, 9.
9. You take a look around, and he's still there. Again, making no effort to like conceal himself amongst the crowd. He's kind of watching along. You don't seem to have. He's watching the fight, but he doesn't seem to take any particular notice in Beezaura, if that's where you're keeping
Where is he standing?
Like, there's people surrounding this sort of pen all around the edge, sort of cheering, leaning over. He's not leaning on it, but he's like one row back, just kind of looking up and into the center of the fight.
Is he near where the the betting guy is? Or?
Closer to them than the rest of your party, but not right
like,
next
if I were
them.
to go place a bet, would I be able to get a closer look at this guy without it being weird?
If you took the long way around, yeah, you could walk by.
I'm gonna do that and try
Okay.
and...
Right. We'll say that you
back
start to walk
and-
around as you do so. Are you trying to do so inconspicuously?
I mean, he's tracked me, so I don't think I think he might notice me. But like, as I get closer, I want to, maybe get a better look at him, but walk over to the betting
Okay,
station.
great. So you guys see Erland kind of slip back a little bit and start to move among the crowd. Okay, so
I'm gonna use an edge.
okay, what edge are you
I'm
using?
gonna use good chin, which is general defense can negate a heavy attack.
Great, excellent. So she comes
She
in
might try something.
with a double head heavy. So you negate a head heavy.
Because I have a general defense.
Excellent. You do still take 8 for the second head heavy, but I mean that would have been 16 if you had not played that.
You would have been dead.
You got
All
4.
right. Yeah, she took 4 fatigue for that. So you can see
Hopper.
I'm coming back with 2 head jabs.
she goes duck and weave. And
Yes!
Beezaura 2 quick strikes, and she goes back and down.
How are you guys reading minds better than me?
She gets knocked, and she
Yeah.
she gets knocked kind of on her butt, and she sort of. And Berta sort of steps in.
Wait, that's the knockdown?
Yep, that was a knockdown.
Yeah. Sarah.
My name's Becca.
Someone leans over, they're like, Sarah won already. You see that,
Sarah's over there.
Sarah? Alright, she's gonna roll again for composure.
I got hit in the head a couple of
friend.
times. I got hit in the head. Give me a break.
So I don't have to stay with 4?
You do, but if you get knocked down, you get to roll again. Yeah, so you're ahead 1 knockdown.
Got it.
And now you strike first, so you swap positions. So you'll be striking first now.
How I made my way over to the betting guy?
Yes, give me 1 second to play this before we get there.
And just if she's already down, I want to place bets before.
Are you saying anything to him, or are you just giving him a look?
I just want to give him a closer look.
Okay, give me a perception check as you walk by.
See if I can't tell where his like gaze is. If he's wearing anything noticeable. Perception 21.
Great. So you give the guy a little look as you're kind of passing by, and he doesn't sort of move to look at you as you're moving along. He seems focused on the fight at hand. You sort of clock the things that she did, the tunic, and like he has on his lower half from the belt down. He looks decently armored. There's like leg armor, there's a weapon on his side, a little short sword. He certainly looks like someone who, has combat training, but at the current moment doesn't look like he's fully armored, like he's on duty or something. Is there anything else specific you're looking for?
Is he, well, I mean, I guess it's hard. Beezy's fighting. Does he seem particularly intent on? Is he overly staring at her in any sort of significant way?
He's definitely seems focused on the fight. It's hard to tell.
I can't tell if there's any markings that I would notice. Does it seem like he has any concealed weapons? Like in a boot or something?
The short sword on his waist and you can see his sort of pants tucked into his boot.
Okay.
You do
And
not see the
any
weapon.
messages like rolled up pieces of parchment?
No,
Okay.
there's another thing on his belt that looks like a pouch, but it could just be a coin purse. It's he has a pouch on his side.
All right, cool.
Okay. And are you continuing to
And
make
then
your
I
way to the
continue
guys?
over to the
Great. So you get over to the 3 of them. What is it? Tanum, Grohl, and Stum.
Oh no, sorry. I meant the guy that Orba's been talking to.
Yeah, Tanum
betting.
is one of those.
Oh, great.
guys.
Oh, yeah, great.
Tanum, Grohl, and Stum. So they're all kind of like waiting at the fence.
Can I put one on the halfling?
You're not going to get as much back because she's already had 1 knockdown.
That's fine. Just 1 gold.
All right, you get 2 back.
Great.
He sort of comes back, he takes the gold from you. He's very invested. Okay, so Beezaura's striking first this time.
Yes, sorry, I'm just trying to think of defense.
You got a lot of extra time there.
I know. I had one and then I didn't go with it.
You
Go with
gotta,
your gut.
Yeah, you've been doing
Fine.
so good.
All right, so you come out with 2 strikes. Are you using edge? Are you good on that?
Attacks, you negate, cost 1 additional. No, not yet.
Okay, great. So what are you coming in with?
Coming in with a body strike and a head jab.
The head jab hits. She uses footwork, so he dances a little bit. Takes the 2 from that plus the 3 from
I lose
footwork.
1.
3.
Three.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
It's okay, it's okay.
All right, she dances out of the way, comes back. Body strike, head heavy.
Ooh, body defense.
Body defense. So you defend against the blow, but then she comes in with a big hook in the side of the head, and you go down with that strike.
All right.
So
Finisher.
roll for composure once more. This time not with advantage.
Gosh.
Go Becca!
No, D10. Oh, that is.
It's the
Sorry.
10.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
I'll stay over by Tonin or whatever his name.
Tonin, yep.
Tonin. Yeah.
Oh, that was like what we had before. So I think that's 5
15.
plus 3 is 8 plus
15,
15,
23.
23.
There you go.
Right?
Do we have 23 over there for Beezaura?
Sorry, was showing someone pugilism. 23.
Great, 23. All right. So once again, what did I say her name was?
Goliath.
Samuva is going to be the first to strike here.
Oh, I just go in here.
You gotta do it again.
Let's go.
The hand-to-hand man. Is one man.
What would
The
a Tobin's
double
end
uppercut
say?
was the killer there for a whopping 12 damage.
Okay, give me 1 sec.
I think he spooked you with the special attack coming out.
Yeah, I know. I
At the start.
prepped for like 3 weeks, and then he throws an uppercut at me.
You got Whopper.
All out the window.
It's gone.
Whopper Jr.
Okay, hold on, give me 1 sec.
It's okay.
Hit him in the face.
Go for the face.
Yeah.
Okay.
The face.
You got it. Let's
Crack her
go.
horn off.
Good idea.
Dirty tactics. You're not allowed to do that.
Orba like shoots you.
Also bad tactics. Bloody knuckles. All right. Samuva's first. She's going to come in with 2 body strikes.
I did counter.
Counter. Neither are countered.
Oh gosh.
It's okay.
8 damage to
But I-
Beezaura.
But this is bad because I did bad.
Oh,
I
no.
attacked.
Okay.
So I
You don't know what her
attacked.
defense is
It's
yet.
okay.
Right, but I'm gonna
Okay.
take a whopping for this one.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Oh, are you doing heavies?
I did 2 head heavies.
Duck and weave.
Dude, that's 16!
She's gotta be
Beezaura
down.
hits with one, and she kind of comes up and is moving out of the way, clips her with the other, and she.
Dude, I thought he was gonna do forward.
She down?
She is down, and the crowd starts to seeds. You guys can mark down the betting that you sort of got from that, and immediately you see Joella kind of hit the side of the thing. Idiots. Sort of comes over to. She sort of moves over to her friends a little bit. She looks like she's kind of talking to them first before she comes to address you.
Can I track that guy's reaction as I was a little bit closer to him?
Sure. Yeah. So as that sort of knock, he's looking up and over, and he kind of nods.
Is he leaving or is he?
He's kind of just walking around the perimeter as the people are kind of moving about. He doesn't look like he's immediately leaving.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna head back to the group then.
Great. Start to head back to the group.
I'll kind of, as she comes back towards us, I'll kind of like welcome her into the fold and like turn, get on the other side.
Okay,
of
sure.
her
Yep.
To kind of.
And immediately there's again a little bit of commotion. So fans, oh, dude, she came in with that. Sort of patting each other and things. And Bertus is kind of going over to Samuva, sort of making sure that she's okay. She just waves her hands in front of her face, and she kind of gets up and she sort of moves over a little bit. And Joella kind of comes over, and she's got her hands in her pockets a little bit, and she comes over. Well, looks like I'm the only fighter here worth a damn.
All in good fun, I suppose. But you are still a thief, so be on your way.
All right, fair play. You won't see me for a while, I suppose. Good flight then. And she starts to move off. And she leaves like when she came with her sort of posse, who are all kind of together talking a little bit, but she turns and leaves without even sort of speaking to them. She just turns and walks in the other direction. And people are kind of dispersing. So you guys have a moment here, sort of collect yourselves. Again, for every knockdown, you took 2 bludgeoning. So Erland took 4, you each took 2.
Orba goes over to Beezaura and gives her a big hug and just goes, thank you so much. Thank you.
I'm glad you didn't have to fight Orba.
Well, now you've got to fight one of us. Is it just a go round? Just to try.
Apparently that would be me, since I was having the
Yeah, because you're the loser.
As the rest of the posse, the rest of Joella's posse is kind of walking by as you guys have got together. Joella's already kind of gone off, and William, the bigger sort of half-orc, is going by. I was hoping to fight her.
I was going to fight you.
Would have been a good fight.
How about for a little gold?
Safira's looking at the guy going, no!
Graven, are you serious?
It's up to her. I was just suggesting.
I like gold. And I like winning.
I'll put 20 down.
20 gold?
I'll match it.
Why are we letting this happen?
Okay.
Bit of sport.
Are you agreeing to the fight?
Okay.
And even the people, even like Silmuva and Tundor, who took a beating, they sort of, all right. They sort of look excited at the prospect. And one of them sort of, hey, Bettis! They get the attention of the stable hand who was sort of officiating. She kind of comes back, and they flick her another gold. One more. And she kind of comes back over. That's where we're going to take a break.
Come on!
While we think about
Such a dick.
She'll lose 4 bludgeoning.
I've got this small 17-year-old here.
Fight this grown ass man.
This big guy. You want to fight this pipsqueak?
Low stakes.
Very well done, everybody.
my God.
The battle's won. When we come back, we'll do a little sparring, and then we'll see what kind of comes out in the aftermath. But Joella has been sent packing, and the halflings of Hacketon will be happy to see her come back with the supplies.
Before we go to... Oh, yeah, go
I
ahead.
don't know if anybody else wanted to say anything to her. Just...
You're like, fuck off. Before we go, Skelligrimer just did 300 bits, so thank you so much.
you.
And Dendine also subbed. Apologies if I didn't see anything else. I'm having trouble getting notifications. If you didn't, just put it in chat, and I'll give you a shout at the end of break.
Whew, it's hot. I was doing a lot of punching.
Yeah, I know.
Great. We'll come back
Towel
after the
off.
break, and we'll see you guys all there on the other
Yeah.
side.
Damn.
We'll be back.
Nice job, guys.
Real.
What goes up must throw down. Beezaura's watch is interrupted by a strange visitor approaching the camp.
My father and I... Our carriage broke down and toppled over up the road. Could I ask for your brief assistance?
She wakes Graven, who is equally unsettled. They send him away and the group follows his footsteps in the morning.
At attention, everyone. Footsteps have stopped.
Alright, I'm gonna get... I've got my bow out because I'm just nervous.
We have some sort of creature that perhaps can fly or jump great distances. Does this mean anything to anyone?
There is a chance that this young man was bitten and that some kind of a vampire spawn or vampire.
Oh,
Now he gets
well
it.
then I definitely think we should clear out.
Eager to get to Leopold's garrison before nightfall, our friends continue on, bumping into a Goliath merchant selling gibbering mouther dregs. Orba wishes to purchase them for their magical properties.
I'm actually traveling to meet a family member of mine that's actually a wizard.
Is your friend Salus?
Who's Salus?
He's a wizard. Lives in Navikapura.
Is he a friend of yours?
No,
An enemy?
no, never met him. But he would send an assistant down to buy jars from me.
Graven tries to find out information about his own tribe.
Do you know of the Elvigos?
Yeah, I know the Elvigo. They were thought pretty highly of for a time. Understand they had a string of bad luck. Now they don't really live together anymore as a community.
They're still there in the Wixa Mountains.
Yeah, just not all living together.
Graven leads our friends on, and they come across one more passerby before reaching the garrison, a man named Leto.
Are any of you frequent users of myconid products? And I don't care if you are. That's not. I'm looking for a place where someone who frequently uses these products might want to go to this place. So I'm looking for that.
Is someone you know in trouble?
Do you have a bit of time?
Yes.
Leto is looking for his husband Roy, a myconid addict that was last seen in an abandoned home with other myconid users. They were attacked by a large human mutant similar to the ones our friends saw at the myconid camp.
If we're dealing with another pocket, if we're dealing with more experiments heading into Navikapur, we should know that, should we not?
No, we definitely should.
We will help you try and find this cabin and hopefully protect you if this creature's still there.
Do any of you know how to find it? What if I continue my search here? And if I find it, I won't go in. I'll ride quickly to Leopold's, and I'll find you there.
Our friends agree, push forward, and arrive at Leopold's garrison. Before searching for Joella, the woman responsible for the halflings' grief in Hackaton, our friends take part in some gambling.
Here we go. Oh, God damn it!
Oh my gosh.
Shit.
You should do it.
Oh, you think so?
Cowards never win.
Beezaura asks her new friends if Joella's in town.
Yeah, she's a regular. Most of us know Joella. How do you know her?
Oh, we go way back. I haven't seen her in years, actually. So.
Make a deception check. No, we're gonna grab a drink.
Right,
Good
cheers.
game.
Thank you.
The men move on and immediately point our friends out to Joella, who is playing cards nearby. She confronts the group.
My ears are burning. Who the fuck are you? Old friends, right?
We would have you spend Hackerton's money correctly.
Friends of yours?
Not directly.
No. Little halflings running around doing their jobs.
Watch your mouth.
Where do you think you are, love? I'll fight you for it.
You'll fight us. You'll fight us for the... Okay.
No weapons. Is that what you're suggesting?
What do
That's
you...
right. I'll even let you pick your opponent. She motions back to the table that she was sitting at. Of course, the only rule is I have to be one of them.
So what is it? Each of us fights someone? One of us fights all of them?
Everybody fights. Best of 5.
And if we win, you start behaving responsibly.
I'll leave tonight.
Our friends prepare for an evening of good old-fashioned pugilism.
So, like in a round, you could be like, okay, I'm going to do a head jab, I'm going to do a body strike, and I'm going to do general defense or whatever.
So you pick 2 of the
Two attacks.
and 1 of the defense.
Yep, 2
Do
attacks.
you have like a
one
level
defense.
of like mana or energy? That you
Yes,
measure?
that's how it works. So, that is where we'll pick it up next week. Thank you guys so
Wow.
much for joining us.
How will our friends fare without their armor and spell books? Has Little found the scene of the Plant Man crime? Will the night be rudely interrupted by a socially unsettling vampire? Find out next time on Tabletop Notch.
Welcome back, everybody.
Looks
okay,
good.
we're looking good. We're looking good.
Beautiful.
No more stomping.
I know. Welcome back, everybody, to A Peek Beneath the Veil, chapter 65. Joella has been sent packing with a successful best of 5 tournament in the art of pugilism. However, a little bit of business left to attend to as Orba was feeling amped up and didn't get to.
Was I?
You're feeling amped up
Right.
about the
I think
gambling at the
Graven
very
was
least.
still riding on his
I am excited about the
ampedness
game.
and
Yeah.
I noticed her going over there a bit.
sure.
You didn't see shit.
So they flag down Berdis, who comes back, sort of, and looks like they flip her a gold to come back into the ring. She pockets it a little bit, and she's sort of motion. All right, who we got? And she steps back into the thing, and you see William kind of struggling to get over the fence as he kind of, and he like slams on the other side with both feet. And he's like trying to sort of loosen himself up, but his limbs aren't particularly limber, so he's kind of flailing around a little bit.
Okay.
All right, again, no dirty fights. If someone goes down, you don't hit him. Nothing below the belt. We understand?
William kind of, yep.
Orba's gonna like take off her robe and like her tunic, so she's in her like bandeau kind of
Okay,
thing,
yeah.
and she just looks
In
like
her
really
bandeau.
skinny and frail, and just
Yeah.
kind of like.
And at this point,
sexy.
you waited long enough that most of the audience seems to have dispersed. It's pretty quiet here at this point, so it's mostly just kind of you.
That
And,
guy still there?
Is my guy
as far
still
as you
there?
can tell, no. He seemed to have left the area with a number of his members. Everyone. So literally, it's like you guys, Joella's posse minus Joella, and like just a couple people linger on the edge who kind of look back a little bit, but just literally just a couple people around the edge. So you guys kind of square off a little bit. Let's get her going. Roll for our composure.
What was the intel?
He doesn't like footwork, but plays counters.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, I need to do my thing.
Heavy blows that Orba will be
Erland,
throwing.
if Orba wins, how bad will you feel?
And with advantage on this first one, remember?
For the
I'm gonna accidentally
The hit
use
die,
my
yep.
spine buffer against you next combat. I'm gonna tree stride through you.
Just kidding.
Tree stride. Is Beezaura a tree? Because
roll.
I would like to stride through.
and then just on.
Constitution modifier.
Okay.
21. Here,
21.
you want to do,
I still
William is beefy
Ring roll?
enough that he does
Ring
get
roll?
one edge card.
So that's it, actually. It's surprising.
And I rolled
No, he
a
doesn't have the dexterity. He
6.
just has this.
Oh,
you
he's
said 21?
21. Thank you.
It's not as thick.
Just draw a wand.
What?
Draw a wand.
Okay.
So you immediately
I don't
see
know,
William
man.
sort of go up and almost like
scroll.
ye oldie style. He's like the palms of or the backs of his hands kind of up a little bit, sort of throwing a little. He's sort of moving in.
Old-fashioned.
Yep.
Yeah, but just right in front of her eyes.
Can seeing the way she's defending, can I sort of
We're coaching.
yelling, wider, not against your face.
You're gonna hit yourself in the face, Orba. Have you ever done that before fighting it?
No, I've not done that.
I have done that.
I've done it on
And I've done it
a
with
regular
my own
day, not
fucking
fighting
guard.
someone, just randomly hit myself. Yes.
All right. Roll for initiative.
7.
4 for William.
Oh.
Or was he eager? Okay.
And he is going to play his edge right off the bat.
Alright. So I attack them.
You attack first.
Okay. I'm doing double head strike.
You went body protect. And you go up over the top and he kind of gets knocked a couple times. What is the damage on
The
that?
idea that she could even reach this
10
guy's
total
head.
damage.
She's tall. She's
Total
tall.
damage.
I
She's
used
tall,
2.
Use 2.
She's taller than me.
And his edge was regarding negating attacks, which he did neither of.
Oh,
so
shit.
does not take
Why don't you just
effect.
keep it for yourself?
Cute. What an open.
It's okay. You don't have to be my ring girl.
It's just a
But I
lot.
did roll a
And after
scroll,
getting
which-
bopped a couple times in the face, William comes back and he's gonna go for a double head strike.
Duck and weave.
Duck and weave, so he comes boom, boom, back with 2 smacks.
Ow.
You take 10.
And I cost. I
And he
spent
costs
1 also. What am I at?
Yes, 8.
Oh, that was quick.
But he spent 2 on that as well.
Fuck you!
She got him good.
Yeah,
For
I know,
10.
I'm just saying.
they both hit each other for 10. They both did double head strike. Alright. Sort of swirls back around. A little respect registering on his face as he got bopped pretty good there.
Alright, I'm
Respect.
first. Okay. First. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, you cast it mid-season.
Believes in the heart of the cards.
Wow.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. We're gonna do this. Okay. Ready?
Alright. So
Alright.
swings back around.
Alright, Orba's gonna go head strike times 2 again!
Counters, so you hit with 2 more head strikes.
Holy
For
crap.
another 10.
You take
I lost 2.
You lost 2 from
And he
that.
took
6.
10.
So he, again, all the strikes have been to the head, and there's like nose bleeding a little bit, and he's sort of blinking off the pain. And he comes back in for a head strike body heavy.
Footwork!
Footwork
So
negates
negate all
both of them.
non-jabs.
You take 3 fatigue. He also takes 3 fatigue.
Whoa,
for this
go to 3.
expenditure
Okay.
there.
Gotta be close.
Wow, this is a close
He's gotta be
fight.
close.
I know what
He's
you're
probably sitting
Shaking it
at
off a
one.
little
I
bit.
saw him. Right.
Safira's starting to.
I'm cheating on the test.
Yeah, give the
I
fence
won't
a
tell
pound.
anybody,
Right.
but it's good.
Come on, where are you? There you are?
Come on, Orba.
Okay.
Julie.
Julie. I'm the worst with that. You know this. I should not
Okay.
speak when using these names.
What am I at?
3.
3?
I thought this was set up.
What's this gonna do? Alright. Here we go.
Alright, Orba comes in with
Orba comes in with a head jab body strike.
duck and weave. So he, even with his big body, he kind of swings himself out of the way a little
That was
bit.
the wrong one.
And he comes back with a double body strike.
Counter.
Counter negates neither, so he kind of and Orba crumbles to the ground.
Oh, you were so close.
Make
Well, that's
your
6 again.
composure roll.
Yeah. That's a 1. So 16.
Okay.
How is this guy looking rough?
Yeah, I mean you can tell. You hit him with 4 head strikes all right off the bat. He definitely suffered from that for sure.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so he is striking first this time. So you get back up, and you see Bear sort of ready. All right, fight.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's see.
Cut this shit out, guys.
And the music stopped. It was so weird.
These are our characters doing this. This isn't us.
Yeah.
We're just
Yeah, we're all just in the background going, woo!
Okay.
Just with a nail. Good luck, Orba. I mean,
All right.
Wait.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
All right. He comes in. As soon as you get up, he tries to go in big with a double head, or no, at one heavy of each. Sorry, one heavy.
Okay,
of each.
counter.
Counter. All right, you can counter the head heavy.
Yes.
Does the more damage.
Yeah, yeah.
You actually. Oh, you can because you got back up. So he does hit you with the body heavy first. So you
Okay.
take 6.
Got it.
And then you send 4 back his way, which does knock him down.
Nice. Oh, I should have just gone for the first attack. That was dumb.
Oh, well, yeah. You
I mean-
can choose. Yeah, you can choose which one.
I did say I wanted to
Oh,
do the heavy.
okay. Then yeah, you
Yeah,
take the. All right.
Because it's
Yeah.
the more damage, but I didn't need it.
All
Okay.
right.
Oh, and I put my
Took.
attacks away.
So she took
6 for that.
What are you at?
10.
Okay.
All right. He's gonna go again.
I mean,
Hey, come on.
okay.
All right. Sort of gets himself ready.
Orba
And
saw
Orba's gonna strike
Erland
first
dances
again.
earlier, and she starts to try to do a little dance.
Yes, Erland's the one that
Yeah, I was gonna say. Him of all of us.
Okay.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I'm at 10. I hate this.
Not a
I
huge
hate
crowd, but there's
this.
a little band off to the side.
Hit me. They come out of nowhere. Like the
Orba strikes first.
Orba strikes first.
Because he went down.
Right. Alright, Orba's gonna go back to the head strike times 2.
General defense. So he negates one of them and takes the other one. So
Okay,
is
so I
that
spend
a
two.
5?
That's good.
5 his way? That's correct?
Yes.
Okay, great. 5 his way. Great. So he sort of comes up a little bit, sort of not fully blocking everything, but keeping himself in a safe position. Takes the brunt of one of the
I hate my
attacks.
choice.
And he comes back with a double head jab.
Head
Blocks it, ducks out of the way. Alright.
Okay. Oh, where'd that one?
Bear left foot.
Oh, yeah.
I see it. There we go.
Good job.
What do I got? 8?
8. You're good. There's a level playing field right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can Erland quickly teach her patience from the side?
Yeah. How much does
Guys.
sideline coaching help?
Maybe this is when I use mine.
Fuck off. This is a casual game. Orba's not gonna take it well. That you
She's
put her
like,
into a
let me
fight.
live my life.
She ain't gonna like that.
Damn, I wish I could use my warding flare for other targets. That's not until like
You get
next
that later,
level.
yeah.
That's also really awful.
Yeah, it's also that
giant
is
warning
not subtle.
No, this is just a flash of light.
Oh my goodness!
Okay.
Turns out Brent's tense.
Alright, Orba comes back in with
She's doing body strike times 2. She's gonna
head
jump.
protect! He goes up to protect his head, it just got struck and takes 2 smacks to the body.
So I spent
8
2.
damage.
Ooh, down to 6.
Alright, he comes in with the same thing, body strike times 2.
Footwork.
Footwork, dances
Yeah,
out of the way.
shit.
He takes 2 down and you take 3
You go
from
to
footwork.
You go to 3.
Alright.
How's he looking?
This is spicy.
I mean,
This is
you've
good.
given him a good smacking.
Wallop. Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
Come on.
Come on.
Believe in the heart of the cards. It's a Yu-Gi-Oh thing. It's ridiculous.
Believe in the heart of the cards.
No, it's quite alright.
You're making enemies, Leah.
It's very endearing. For a minute, I thought Lo was here.
That's the nicest thing you could say.
Alright.
Okay.
Alright, he
Here we
comes
go.
in, he's sort of rubbing his stomach a little bit that got smacked last time. Comes back up. What does Orba go with?
Orba's going head strike, body strike.
Duck and weave.
It gets me every time.
And he's gonna come back with 1 jab of each kind.
That's not
Counter.
Counter.
I lost.
And Orba's.
You were close. Are you okay,
That
Orba?
was you almost beat him.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of pull her up. You gave him a run for his money.
Give her like a big clap on
Orba's
the
lip is
back.
bleeding.
And William kind of goes over and he grabs you and he like picks you up and puts you on your feet. Good fight.
I got you pretty good.
You did. And he kind of wanders over to Graven.
We'll take out the 20. Well done.
And he gives you like a heavy pat on the back a little bit. You fought good.
Thank you.
And wanders his way away. And Burtis kind of looks to everybody. Are we done for the night?
I think so.
Yes, cheers,
Thank
Burgess,
you.
Thanks.
Have a good night, everyone. Get those. And she sort of points to people's face, like bleeding, looked at.
I'm gonna kind of give Orba like another clap on the back. And,
Ouch.
well, now you've had your first fight. I think we get you a nice ale. Yeah.
Okay.
No one else is up for a
4
drink.
bludgeoning damage as well if you didn't do that. So 2 knockdowns.
And then you pat her on the shoulder and Orba collapses. Unconscious.
5 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, that hurts real bad, but it was pretty fun. So thanks.
Yes, you did very well.
I'll do better next time.
Did you get your fill of gambling yet?
You saw that?
Yes. That's why I put you up for this. I thought that you'd appreciate it.
I won a little bit of money, not a lot. I lost a lot on a specific fight.
Look, I'm sorry, can we perhaps just have an ale? And if that Leto shows up later, we'll deal with that then.
Oh, goodness.
Alright, I forgot about him. Yeah.
Is it like nighttime-ish?
Oh yeah,
Right.
it's definitely night.
Yeah, let's get something to eat.
9, 10 p.m.
Back to Leopold's then, lodgings.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah,
should probably get
lodgings
some
sounds
rest.
Rest. Yeah, lodgings and rest. Both sound good.
And with the excitement of the fight kind of dying down,
Stupid.
the audience is dispersed in various directions among the tents. And you see, again, it's a little dark at this point now that you had one more fight, but like people were carrying torches and things that you saw kind of go beyond the tents, and the light kind of washing over gets dimmer and dimmer until it gets dark around you. And the shouts turn to murmurs, and it makes for a relative quiet compared to the sort of gambling areas you were at before. It was a lot of shouting and sort of camaraderie. And to the east, the 3-story stronghold that makes up the majority of the non-civilian section of Leopold's garrison, like towers over its surroundings, and it's kind of an ominous monument to the strength and the influence of the General Void in this section of the continent. There's a few overserved members of the general populace that pass by you, sort of stumbling into their rented tents at the courtesy of Brent's tents, sort of groaning or discouraged at their meager coin purses, taking a hit from rounds of gambling or ales. You feel obligated, as you do in any familiar setting, to keep your personal possessions close at hand, but you do take note of the generally relaxed atmosphere here. It's hardly a den of thieves like you might expect for the sort of stomping grounds of an organized crime family, and you can tell that the Gentle Void has, been very vigilant in cultivating this kind of reputation for legitimate business here, for people to pass through and not feel like they're unsafe or that their goods could be stolen. And you've heard that from more than one person, sort of in regards to their dealings, especially in the north, where they have a more sort of robust, positive, or at least neutral reputation as sort of arbiters of at least equality, if not good. And the night is sort of getting into the deeper part of the night, and you guys start to move back towards Leopold's lodgings. And you're heading back sort of to the southern end of Leopold's garrison. You're just about to get kind of out of this area with all the tents here, where Brent has sort of rented out this area to various people. And you get the feeling for a moment like you're being followed. Give me perception checks.
Is that what you're about to say?
Yeah.
Okay. You're about to say we're being followed?
Yeah.
18.
Perception? Sorry.
Everybody there.
18.
10.
I think it's 17.
Back to the real game.
17.
So Erland and Beezaura are kind of walking in the front a little bit. Especially given that you were the two that kind of noticed him before. Out of the corner of your eye, you catch glimpses of a couple people peering out from behind some of these tents. None of which that you recognize right away, until you see one person who's kind of looking over a tent, another person who's looking around a tent, and then off to your right, a third one. Bandana. Bald. Human man.
So are the people looking... Are they people who seem to be like standing outside of tents, or is it people like in tents?
Standing outside of tents.
Oh,
Like these tents are, scattered all about, and people kind of between them, like looking between them out, because you guys are
and
walking
moving along
them.
with us as we...
Mostly standing still at this point. But the one man that you've recognized before, hands in pockets, he steps out. And he steps out kind of in this little thoroughfare to stop in front of you. And he kind of looks you over a little bit. I have to say, that was an impressive fight.
Thank you.
Not every day you see someone send Joella or one of her friends packing. Where'd you learn to scrap like that?
We're mercenaries traveling north, bounty hunters.
Yeah, I've had my eye out for someone like you passing through.
What, you are hiring?
Sort of. The Gentle Void has an interest in your talents. Mind if we... Any motions to the side? Step inside this tent, chat for a moment.
How many other people are watching right now?
Give me a perception check.
22.
You clocked at least 5 other people besides him.
as you're moving along.
Hiding sort of in the shadows?
No one has stepped out except for this one guy yet.
And does he still have his short sword on him?
Yeah, he does. He's wearing the exact same outfit.
Are any of these people, like, are they brandishing weapons? Or
they're not brandishing them, but they look like he does to have weapons on them, at least small daggers or swords.
And are they surrounding the tent of these jesters?
No, they're sort of dispersed throughout the area, not like at that tent.
This is not something we could discuss here.
It's something that isn't for everyone's ears.
How about you ask the 5 men you have sort of hiding around here to disperse, and then perhaps we can speak a little bit more frankly in your tent.
I could do that. It's not my tent, but I don't think Brent will mind. Also, it's not everyone that I want to speak with, just the most impressive fighter, which was you.
Alright, tell your friends to fuck off.
He does. He whistles, and you can see them kind of disappear back behind the tents a little bit.
Brent, you said, is who she's going to speak to?
No, she's going to be speaking with me.
Well, you said it's Brent's
In Brent's
Oh,
tent.
Brent's tent. I'm sorry.
I don't know if you've never been to Leopold's Garrison before.
Brent's tent. It's okay.
Brent owns the area.
Just too many hits to the head is all.
I'm sorry.
By yourself?
I'm gonna take a second to give this guy a look up and down, and then
He watches you do that, and he reaches down, and he
Hands it to me.
Okay, sure.
steps forward.
Follow him.
As they leave, I'm going to turn to Graven and be like, I am so relieved.
Can you imagine?
I for sure thought he was going to point at me.
No idea what you're talking about. Yes.
And he goes through first, but you pass through the front flap of the tent. And you step into this rather comfortable setup for being outdoor accommodations. It's never going to be as warm as like true lodgings on a cold night, but it's spacious and it has some of the more comfortable looking kind of straw mattresses you've seen outside of a private residence. There's a carpet covering most of the ground, and there's even a low table with a pair of pillows kind of beside it for sitting on, sort of sitting or squatting on the ground beside the table. But perhaps the most surprising thing is the dwarven man in his one-piece cotton undergarments, who sits upright as you come in and sort of looks around with a confused look. What are you doing here? I've rented this tent for the evening, get out!
Oh.
And you watch as the man sort of saunters over to him a little bit.
General Void business. I need you to step out for a moment.
And the man sort of looks incredulously at the two of you. Step out? How do I know you're Gentle Void? How do I know you're not going to rob me? And he leans forward a little bit down to this guy, who sort of, he was on the bed and sort of sitting up on the end of it. And he leans forward, sort of places one hand on the frame of the bed, and he looks in toward the man.
Well, you can stand just outside the tent. And if I wanted to rob you, I wouldn't have come with so many people still awake at the garrison. I would have waited deep into the night. And I would have entered through there, and he points to the corner. There's a peg with a loose guy line in the corner. It makes slipping under a trivial affair. I would take one of these pillows, and I would place it over your face. And when you went to scream, I'd drive a dagger up underneath your chin. No fuss, no noise. Long time before anyone realized you were dead.
And you see the man sort of sit back a little bit. Fair enough. I'll just wait outside for a moment then.
We won't be long.
And the man sort of gets
Wait
up,
for him to leave.
scoots his way out a little bit, sort of gives you an eye as he goes by, keeps his head down, and he moves outside.
That was vivid.
Feel free to ignore that performance. I'm all bark and no bite, I assure you.
Can we get close enough to the tent so that if there's like sound of a struggle, if it sounds like Safira needs help?
Sure. You definitely can. He's speaking low, like you can't hear him, but
Yeah, just,
if there was a scream
if it
or
sounds
something.
like there's a struggle, if it
Yes.
sounds like weapons are drawn, yeah.
Definitely, yes, you can.
Have you been to Leopold's Garrison before?
This is the first time.
What brings you here?
I'm just passing through. Like my friend said, we're bounty hunters.
It's a good place for a man like me because I get bored easily. And there's always something going on here.
Right?
Interesting people come through, such as yourself. Mrs. Doddle pays well for contract work, and the entertainment is top-notch, even if we've had to make some adjustments along the way.
Okay.
You see, it takes a lot to run a place like this, a lot of people. And for a long time, it wasn't a desirable post, because it's not near any of the good cities. Sherv and Wentz have done a good job over the years, turning it into a place worth staying at, expanding the mundane services, scheduling shows, dancers, fight nights. Sherv had the idea to involve the prisoners. It's been wildly popular. There's some real brutes in there, and they'll fight like hell for better accommodations, which is usually what the prize is. There's this one in particular who's been nigh unstoppable, and normally the prisoners fight each other, but they've let in outside challengers. The betting against him has gotten mouth-watering.
Right, so you want me to fight this guy so that you think you can win more than a pretty penny, is what you're saying.
And normally you have to register an outside challenger well ahead of time, but I've got a few favors to cash in. And after what I saw a few moments ago, I think you got a real shot.
You've seen me fight once. How do you know I wasn't extraordinarily lucky?
It's possible, but I've seen my fair share of fights. I know when someone can handle themselves.
And this prisoner, this brute that I'm supposed to be going up against, do you have any information about him?
He's big.
Okay.
Mountain-born. They don't give us names, but he calls himself the Chimera.
Interesting name. You said he's mountain-born? So, Goliath blood, giant's blood, I'm assuming?
That's right.
Fuck me. Not sure I want to fight a giant.
It's up to you. But, I don't know what prizes you were playing for over there, or if it was just a grudge match, but if you're interested in higher stakes with a bigger payout, I could make that happen.
This Chimera guy, what's he in for?
Don't know. They don't give much information. I don't work at the prison, so I'm not privy to that.
And what would my compensation look like should I win?
Half.
And this fight, I'm assuming, same rules apply? There'll be some kind of referee to make sure this oaf doesn't stomp on me if I get knocked down?
That's right. It would be a bad look if the prisoners were to kill someone, so we stop it short of that.
Right, well, when's this fight?
Tonight.
Oh.
God.
Around 3 in the morning.
Right, why wouldn't it be at 3 in the morning? What a convenient time.
I don't know. It's got to be outside of normal operation hours.
And this takes place at the prison, yeah?
That's right.
Could I bring people? I'm presuming I'd want a corner.
Look, I'm willing to stake my own favors to get you in to fight, but if you want to bring a friend, or more than one friend, you might have to acquire a few favors of your own.
Shit. Right. Well, I'll consider it. Obviously, it's important for me to be able to be with my group. Extra security, if you know what I mean. I am entering a prison to fight a giant.
I'd be in your corner, believe it or not.
Yeah, but I don't know you.
Fair. I'd imagine if you want others to come with you, you'd probably need 2 per person. Lows, not highs, I imagine. One to get past the split gate, and then another one to get into the event itself.
Well, that's steep, but I do appreciate the offer. Can I get back to you?
I'll tell you what, the southern split gate is right around the back of Leopold's lodgings. 2:30, I'll be there, and if you are, so be it.
Alright, cheers. And I'm gonna kind of stand up and feel the soreness from the last fight and just
Emotions to the sort of tent flap. And you guys come back outside. You guys watched as the dwarven man kind of came outside and sort of stood there right at the sort of entrance to it.
And
Graven's gonna bump Erland and be like, must be Brent.
And after a little bit of time passes, Safira and the other man step out a little bit. And the man, he motions to the dwarven man. It's all yours. And kind of goes in. And you can hear him, the tent's like, you can tie down the front flaps, and he hadn't tied it down because he didn't really care, but you can hear him kind of tying it tight so the door isn't as easily sort of open and accessible.
I hope to see you then. Have a good evening.
New sword.
And I'm gonna kind of wait for him to
He steps on.
wander.
What did he want?
Have yourself another date.
No, that guy. So remember that we heard about the fights that are happening in the prison?
Yes.
I just got invited
Oh.
to fight. Not particularly sure that my odds are very good. Actually, I'm sure my odds
Who
are
is
terrible.
it that you need to find?
Just for money?
Now this is this is the kicker. His name, he says he's mountain born, so he's, Goliath, giant's blood, something, and his name is the Chimera. I'm not sure if that's important at all, but it seems quite on the nose.
That seems
I felt
quite
like
important.
Right. Problem is, I can't bring you without favors.
Have you been...
Don't we have a bag of favors?
Hold on.
Yes, I mean, yes, but yes.
Hold on, I don't know how much you can answer. Have you been tracking not a literal beast, but a person?
Let me take out the tooth again. I don't think so.
So you've never seen
What?
the creature in all the times you've been
I
tracking?
don't think that this is a person
Right, but it feels... I mean, I didn't...
that Jillian knows about that is tied up in Finlock Forest that he wants. I do not think it is.
Could it be that the tooth didn't actually come from the creature, but belonged to him?
That would mean that Julian
Wild
lied.
speculation.
I mean,
I mean, no, that you're right. It is wild
I've
speculation.
seen some
but it
incredible
feels-
things in my life.
Sure, but would we hit ourselves if we left Leopold's Garrison without going to see this
Maybe.
guy?
Oh, I would like to go and see this person. I was hoping that you would bring me.
perhaps he has, perhaps he's seen the Chimera, perhaps he's fought the Chimera, perhaps he's
Has some
defeated the
connection.
Chimera.
Perhaps he's fought other chimeras.
Maybe we stop using the word over and over.
That's probably a good idea.
But, yes,
How many favors did he say?
a mountain-born who knows anything about that word at all could definitely be helpful.
Right. I mean, so he said 2 favors, 2 low favors, but 2 favors per person.
Then just the Goliath goes with you.
Don't we have like 12?
We should
We
not
do,
use...
but we shouldn't use them all at once.
I'm just saying that, please, can I use 2 of them?
Oh my gosh.
Yes, you should
Okay.
go.
No, you should
Okay.
definitely be coming. I mean, if anyone's going to come, it's you.
The rest of us perhaps could, hopefully, Leto's back, and the rest of us could perhaps investigate.
I mean, I can tell you where the entrance is. I'm assuming you could try to sneak in, but I'm not sure
That as well?
you'd end up in some trouble. I'm
No.
sure.
I'm not taking that
Yes.
chance.
Less trouble.
I think that
Going
perhaps
forward.
actually the we're totally alone. Yeah. I think perhaps the halfling and the tiefling should not go in regardless.
I don't want to do that.
No, thank
Are
you.
you inviting yourself?
I'm don't actually think I need to either. But if you're feeling like you need more numbers, we can't have all 5 of us. Is what I'm
Frankly,
saying.
I want a friend.
I mean, the only
Yeah,
fight is supposed
so-
to be a sportsman-like one.
No, I mean, obviously, yeah, but I'm entering a prison to fight a giant, so I want to bring a friend.
I think definitely Graven should go. Erland, if you don't want to go,
I
you need
don't.
to.
Unless there's a need, then I don't see a need.
When is it? When?
Oh, it says it 3 a.m. tonight. I mean, this morning, I suppose. So I'm supposed to show up at 2:30. If I'm bringing someone, then they're supposed to come with me, with the requisite favors.
So should we go to our lodgings and take a short respite and...
Well, I'm definitely gonna take a short fucking respite and maybe
Do
have
you-
myself an ale.
Do you want to just get something to eat? I don't
Yeah,
know
I
if
definitely
you
want
need
something
any
to. I mean, I'm.
ale now.
Safira's like,
she might need an ale.
Alright, let's quickly get something to eat and a drink if you want and get a rest.
Okay.
Okay, let's fight a giant.
You guys head back to...
This world is nuts.
You return to the lodgings at the south end of the garrison. The heavy wooden door shuts behind you. The last remaining shouts and murmurs from the thoroughfare, they're muffled after closing the door, so that the only sound to kind of pair with your boots on the floorboards is a crackling of the fireplace along the north wall. The innkeeper, Donald, has his cheek kind of resting on the back of his hand, and he looks like he's kind of flipping through a book that he's kind of reading along the way. He gives, as you guys enter in, he kind of looks up, immediately sort of sees Erland and Beezaura, and sort of goes back to his book.
Did anyone come by, did a Leto come by any chance?
No, is that someone who's staying here? He reaches for his ledger.
Oh, perhaps I was supposed to meet him here. Maybe he booked a room.
Leto was the name?
Yes, or Roy.
Or Roy.
That's his husband.
I don't have either of those names, no.
All right. Thank you.
He goes back to his reading. And with only one other person in the lobby area, he's currently just a man enjoying a bite to eat kind of over near the kitchen. There isn't much kind of business for Donald to attend to, so he's kind of absent-mindedly sitting there at the counter. And you guys have a moment here in the lobby. You already have the 2 rooms, 14 and 17 or whatever.
Is food service over by now?
The guy is. There's one guy over there who still looks to be eating, so it's possible that it's still on.
Bye.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this lobby area is small. I mean, besides the table that the one guy's sitting at, there's like one other small table, so you guys can all kind of like crowd around it. But there's a little sort of opening in the back wall where looks to be kind of a chef back there. He has a dirty tunic and he's kind of wiping his hands a little bit as he comes through.
Good evening.
Hello?
What do you have tonight?
Oh, sure. Options are limited. It's a little late at this point.
Right.
We've got a vegetable stew and a buckwheat porridge available.
I'll take one.
What would you like?
Oh, it doesn't. It's separate.
Vegetable stew, buckwheat porridge.
Yeah, you're like,
I'll take the buckwheat porridge.
Great. 4 copper for that.
You go.
Thank you.
Stew.
Stew? Vegetable stew, yeah. 6 copper for the stew.
Gotta convert.
Porridge for me.
Right. You guys can take what you want. And he's got 2 sort of large, sort of bigger cauldrons that he sort of, takes it out. It looks like the kitchen's decently stocked in that if you were here at a sort of earlier hour, you might have more options, but he has those sort of last remaining items available. And he rolls them across the counter in these kind of wooden bowls that you guys pick up. You guys all squeeze in at the remaining table.
10 copper for 1 silver.
It's 10.
Yeah.
So you guys have a moment here to eat.
Oh, by the way, you were 1 in 3 for the betting. That's how good you were.
what?
People didn't think you were going to win by 1 in 3. Is that how you say it? For the gamblings?
Right, heartening to hear the people betting against me. Yeah.
Yeah, but I won lots of money from you.
That's
So
good.
good luck with the beast.
Right, that one I'm not sure I'd put money on, but you obviously won't be able to, so.
Oh. Yeah, I
I'm gonna
guess
bring
we
some money in.
I'm gonna
No,
kind of
it's
signal
okay.
to the chef and, did you call any ale back there?
I do, yeah.
How much?
Just 3 copper for an egg.
I'm gonna shell out 3 copper.
I
Anyone
should
else?
probably start saving some money.
No?
You know what? Yeah.
Alright.
3 copper.
You fought well.
Yeah, I deserve it. Thanks.
Do you need any healing or anything before you get into this?
I mean,
Take it.
sure, I suppose. I'm like, don't
Oh,
points. I'm like, I'm okay.
If you feel
I'm
fine, I'm
fine.
just offering.
Alright, I just.
So you guys all have
So
a
is there a game plan? Yeah, just to wait. If Leto comes, and if Leto doesn't come, we just sleep.
Well, I mean, if they're going into the prison, I think that
It's very quiet in here. And there's only one other person in the room, just so you're aware.
great. I don't say that.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind Orba's plan.
All right, I'll likely scope out the city then a little bit.
By yourself?
Apparently,
You said we shouldn't do by ourselves.
I'll probably leave the city for a little bit at night. Depends. We'll see.
What?
Leave the city?
Let's just not.
Good idea.
Come
Okay,
on,
let's go.
let's
We'll
just
go
not-
to our room.
Why don't you wait for Leto?
I'm going to if he doesn't show up. I'm saying. I'm going to go look for
So
him.
you're not going to wait for Leto. You're going to
I'm
go
going to
get
wait.
Leto.
I'm going to wait
How
for
long
Leto
are you going
for a
to wait?
time.
Don't wander too far.
Okay.
Makes me nervous. You thinking that just us 3 without these 2 can go and do those things.
I am not.
Okay, then the 2 of us are not going to stand a chance. We're the losers.
Well, what I'm saying is that hopefully this isn't going to be. Hopefully this won't amount to anything.
Okay.
Hopefully this won't amount to anything.
Alright. We'll play it by ear, Erland. Let's go upstairs.
I'm waiting down here. Okay.
Oh, you literally were. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll wait down here. We should stick together. Unless you want to go sleep, but.
I will wait for a little while, but
Not gonna wait up for us.
I'll wait here. I'm not leaving.
Alright. Please come back safe from the fight.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Thank you. I think I'll need it.
Well, be a little more confident than that.
Perhaps ask this.
That's an intel mission, man.
Perhaps ask your friend for any reconnaissance before you step in there.
Oh, right. Maybe. Perhaps we should. Okay. Safira's just kind of like.
Getting more confident every moment.
As you guys are kind of talking, the one guy who was still sort of remaining there, he looked like he was like counting out some money and putting it into a pouch, like some different stacks of money. You hear him kind of. He sort of puts it. It looks like he's sort of headed to the stairs to kind of move on. He says kind of a polite, quiet goodnight to Donald, not to you guys, to Donald.
I was like, chime in
Have a great night, buddy. Talking about the person behind you.
She can't see very good.
You hear his boots kind of moving up. So is everyone staying down here in this little area?
Yes.
Great. So you see the kitchen kind of, he leans out a little bit. Anything else? 'Cause we're closing up.
No, I think we're alright, but thank
Takes the bowls back.
Thanks for staying open.
Sure. Closes it out. And you see as Donald kind of, remains there reading his book, sort of making some markings in the margins of his ledger. How long do you guys kind of wait here? So you guys got back at, we'll say, 11-ish. And
Yes,
Do
Beezaura.
you think you should maybe get a little bit of actual rest? You have a couple hours.
Yeah, I suppose I could go upstairs and take a rest.
Have a lie
That's a good
down.
idea. Yeah.
And Erland, you're just gonna stay up.
I could sit here and do breathing exercises. No one's around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll wait down here.
if someone walked in, they might be like, what the hell's that guy doing? But yeah, you can certainly do that.
I'll do the less weird one, the one that wasn't this one.
Sorry, we didn't get tents. We're in a.
You're in an actual.
We're in a-
Yeah, you got an actual room. So, yeah. You're in the lobby of an inn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hooked us up.
Thank you.
Yeah, Brent's tents is a different area.
Moneybags Beezy did not put us up in a tent.
Yeah, you guys have an
I
actual
don't
room.
sleep in this one.
There are two actually.
I think Orba's gonna stay with Erland, so.
Okay.
So I'll wait until, let's call it, you guys have to be there at 2:30?
Yeah, we have to do that too.
Okay, so around let's call it midnight, I'll start thinking about making some moves. So I'll do some breathing exercises.
Sure, go ahead and do those now. So Erland and Orba are staying downstairs. Are you guys going up to get a little rest before?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a short rest.
I'll stay down until they leave and Erland makes his decision of what he's gonna do, and then I'll just rest my head on the table and just
I can't believe I'm
if
rolling
I fall
a hit
asleep,
die
just let me
for
know.
this. I know this is
Okay.
dumb, but I lost 2 HP.
Did you get 0? Because he gets -1, so
You're a big loser.
it's hard to do breathing exercises if you're like.
Shut up! I'm trying to do breathing exercises.
keep getting breathe.
Sucks so much.
Orba keeps going.
So are you're doing your short rest right now?
I just did it.
She's not- yeah, that's
I was
okay.
gonna
Go
say,
upstairs.
do you want a
No,
separate room?
oh no. I mean,
You guys have 2 rooms.
Yeah. So just
no, I mean, I suppose we should stay in the same room together and suppose, I don't know, we can chat about how we might want to approach getting information about this guy.
Graham's like, I just wanted to sleep, but sure.
So you guys went up to
the
one of the
same
rooms.
room.
As you guys enter,
the lady
go up into the
advised.
rooms. Erland and Beezaura were the ones who heard this, but it's clear as to why they have a sort of 3-person limit per room. The rooms are tiny. They're like closets. There's 2 beds, but if you're lying in one bed, you could reach over and touch the other bed. They're very, very small.
Literally in a full, but
It's clear
two
that a lot of
planes.
people do not stay here for extended stays.
Yeah.
People come in, they stay for one night as they're sort of moving on their journey. So yeah, the rooms are very, 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 very small. So the 2 of you kind of go up. And Graven kind of opens the door and sees the space that's available to him.
So, I'm thinking that there's not going to be very much of an opportunity to really ask this guy any questions. I mean, I'm just gonna go in there and fight him. I'm assuming maybe there'll be a moment after he wins where, I don't know, I'm assuming that they kind of take them back to their cells. I'm not sure exactly how much information we'll be able to glean or how much we'll be able to talk to him, but
Maybe
yeah.
even setting eyes on him is information.
Yeah, if you want me to ask him anything, I might have to do it in the ring.
Right. I guess.
No, I mean, I'd think about it.
If I don't recognize him, yeah, if you somehow find out why he takes the name he does, if that's ring banter, I don't know.
I mean, I suppose I could taunt him for the name and see if he comes back with anything.
That's a good idea.
I'm happy to do that. I am curious, actually, now to ask that. I didn't get the Gentle Void guy's name, did I? I didn't. I'll ask him when we meet him at Tiefling.
Have you ever seen
It didn't occur to me to ask him this. I suppose I could be entering just an ambush, but I kind of doubt it. Why wouldn't he approach Joella and not me? She's clearly a better fighter. She's clearly a better fighter than me. I'm shocked that he didn't approach her.
Maybe just too high profile. She's around too much. She knows too many people. I don't know. Maybe she's fought him already.
I find that hard to believe. I don't know.
Obviously,
Is there anything else
the
we
thing
should
that
be
comes to
asking
mind
this
is that
guy
it
before
might
we
be
go in?
Buraj.
Right.
He's
Like,
the
I
one
mean-
who we think is indebted to the Gentle Void, so maybe he's the one that is in jail here. So I'll
would you
try
go
to
by
let you
name?
know if I recognize him. I don't know if I will.
Is there any value to... Do you want him to try to see you? I mean,
I'll be
you can
down
try
there
to
by the
maybe-
ring. He'll definitely notice me, another Goliath.
I suppose.
As I said, literally setting eyes on each other might be enough information for both of us. We'll see. If you get in close, just try to see if you see any scarring like mine.
Right.
Could be on his legs or arms. I don't know.
Okay, I'll look for scarring.
I won't be able to help you, really.
No, I mean, I'm not really worried about the fight so much. It's more of a... I mean, I'm imagining I'm gonna get my ass handed to me.
You did pretty well last time.
Right, but, you know. I'm not worried about it. I'm sure I'll be fine.
Let's see.
I don't really think that's the point, is me winning. The point is information, right?
We'll see.
Think if there's anything you want me to ask them other than, you know, I don't know. Stupid fucking name. How'd you get that name? I'm gonna have to. Safira kind of.
Great ring banter.
Think about
Where'd you
that.
get that stupid name?
Dummy.
We just don't rehearse too much. Just let it come
Why did we
organically.
let Safira do the performance
Yeah.
check?
And Graven kind of lies back in the bed, sort of stares up at the ceiling, sort of thinking a little bit. We return to the bottom area. You guys are taking a short rest if you wish to do anything to that effect. Turn down to the bottom kind of area. An hour passes, gets around midnight.
And remind me how far away time-wise was roughly where we saw
4 or 5 hours.
4 or 5 hours by horse?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Should have left earlier. Didn't realize that was an hour.
Like early mid-afternoon when you met. Because that was after the Goliath that you spoke to.
Shit, didn't realize that.
I'm just gonna be looking for her spells, practicing stuff.
Sure. Gets to around midnight.
Alright, well, I don't know if we'll be able to go tonight, but I'm gonna head out and try and find this cabin. I'm gonna ask around here a little bit first.
Do we think that's safe for you to do by yourself in a new place?
I'm not wanted here, and I don't believe that my use is specifically a crime.
No, I
I'm
just...
speaking hopefully quiet enough that...
I mean,
again, it's not...
there's literally no one here and it's the middle of the night.
Okay.
I mean, Donald's close by. It doesn't look like he's like eavesdropping, but
Okay, then I'll just.
you can speak quietly, and he might not hear it. But that's not
Okay, then I'll
it's quiet.
let me I'll rephrase that. I'll say
That's your last
yes. Yeah,
negating something that you said already.
I'm going to step outside. I'm just gonna ask around.
Okay, but you did say that nobody should be left alone here. You said it, not me. You said it.
Well, you two should stay together.
Well, sure, yes, but you are going to be alone. I don't see why you're the exception to the rule that you made up.
You're the one leaving, Erland. We'd be staying in.
Yes, all right. Okay.
If something were to happen to you, we don't know where to find you. We don't know what this town is like.
Okay.
I don't know if it's safe for you to leave, but I honestly can't be out asking people for things, so it's really your choice.
All right. Fine. We'll wait here then. Okay, fine. We'll wait here.
Are we not going to rest at all?
Oh, by that I mean we can. I guess.
Is there anyone at like a front desk or anything?
Donald is
Just
there.
him.
Yeah, literally one other person in the entire
Do you
lobby.
want to maybe see if he could tell you if someone comes?
I asked him. I can certainly say if anyone arrives in the night and give him my room number.
Maybe that's a good idea. That's a good place to start.
Okay.
Thank you for, adjusting accordingly.
Okay.
Good job. Come on.
He's gonna start tugging him.
Eyes on the door.
As I'm heading up, I'll go to Donald and I'll say, if anyone comes looking for me or said they're supposed to meet someone here, feel free to direct them to my room.
Sure. Which room are you staying in?
What were the two rooms?
You had 14 and 17, I believe.
Whichever room.
14 and 19.
14 and 19.
14. We'll be in 14.
Okay. Sure.
Thank you. Good night.
Have a good night.
You guys start to head up. Boots on the wood a little bit. Graven and Safira sort of resting. Like an hour has passed at this point as you guys sort of contemplate what might be upcoming. And that's where we're going to end for the evening. As we wait to see what Graven and Safira might come up with. Make sure when, I don't know who at the moment has the Gentle Void favors, just make sure if you're going. Okay, great. So, yeah.
The guy opens his mouth and he's just missing this huge gap, like right here.
Huge
So
single
was
tooth.
his tooth.
He has like one huge
That
tooth
guy's
and one
Come
missing
on,
tooth.
I was like, what
The
is she
huge
talking
fang
about?
just like hanging out of his
Yeah.
mouth. Like, oh, so that's definitely the guy.
Jeez Louise.
So a little bit of fighting down, a little more fighting to come. Perhaps.
I love that Safira got landed with this.
That was entirely up in the air. I was like, whoever like ended
the
up,
highest.
whoever had the most composure remaining from their fight was the person who got asked.
Okay.
Close, right?
Actually, I'm glad.
You went down, I think. Did Safira go down?
She did, but she won the round after she went down.
She
so-
had like 18 left.
Yeah, she had quite a bit.
Yeah, I was doing
It's
okay
okay,
there.
you didn't really.
I got very lucky with defenses.
It's all skill,
You
man.
have to get lucky.
There's no
All
luck.
skill.
Thank you all for joining us so much. We will pick it up next week as
Just
usual.
in time for us to start dropping frames.
Oh, good.
By a lot.
It knew it was over.
Banished Roper, thank you for doing 1,500 bits
Whoa,
in
thank you.
honor of our
Goodness.
3 victories tonight for Graven, Safira, and
Ooh.
Beezy.
Erland cost us a bunch of bits.
God damn it.
So thank you very much. That was very kind.
Thank you guys very, very much. We'll be here
Thank
next
you again
week.
for the artwork.
Oh, the artwork's
Yes,
great.
the artwork's
yeah.
amazing. Oh, and there's an updated guest book, so anybody who had new entries, I believe we had a couple new ones, they should be there now.
We'll try to add the artwork to the guest. We have one of them. We have the old Graven.
We have the
one.
original.
Yeah, the original.
Yes.
Raven.
Yeah, I think there's gonna be a special.
Awesome. We will contemplate what the night may bring us. Could be a night of little sleep coming our way, perhaps at Leopold's Garrison.
You just want to go out there by yourself and just defend? Why?
I'd be
They'll have a week to think about that, but we will say goodnight.
You said
Have a
an
wonderful
orange
evening,
chupa.
everybody.
All right.
Good night, everybody.
Happy birthday, Deidre!
And Leah's mom.